I know you want to get into the St. Patrick's Day spirit, and man, we got an event for you that I think you're going to like because it's huge, and they've been doing it for 23 years. It's Meg O'Malley's big St. Patrick's Day street bash, and you're going to want to be down here.
Yep, it's downtown Melbourne. It's March 12th, and they've got events going on all day. And if you want to get into the Irish spirit, this is the party to go to.
8:30, there's like a run that starts. They start at 9. I think not. Oh, no, wait, 9:30. Yeah, 9:30 is when they start with a parade. 9 is when they kick off. You've got the elevators. That's your headliner. It's going to be music all day, Irish food trucks, regular food trucks, Irish pipers,
arts and craft vendors, a bunch of different vendors, bagpipers,
bands. They got it all, man.
Eric Merchman will be out there with Tom and Dan giveaways and gear if you want it.
Yeah.
It's going to be an entire street party all day. Again, it's downtown Melbourne, March 12th. It's the Meg O'Malley's 23rd annual St. Patrick's Day Street Fest. And if you're looking to get into the Irish spirit, you got to check it out. And again, Merchman will be out there giving out merch all day, and it's going to be an awesome party, so check it out.
For more info, go to megomalley's.com and just click on the link.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our fearful producer, is here.
How dare you?
Hello, Sam.
Hello.
How are you? No, I would say that you're less paranoid than I've seen you.
Been working on it.
You've been working. When you're really, really busy, you don't have time for the paranoia.
Yeah.
Exactly. Too busy for paranoia. On news today, they love him, they hate him, they love to hate him, and they hate to love him. It's Seth Petrozelli.
Why?
Well, you covered everything there.
Just rewind to that cheating story, and I mean,
oh come on! Before that,
well, that's the BDM show for those who haven't heard yet.
Any sense. I read one said says ego. What ego had anything? What part of my ego had anything to do with that
Slow down,
story?
Tiger.
You walk.
I just get pissed because it doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't heard the BDM show yet.
Okay.
It's a goodie.
It's
even before any other time I'm on, you're the one that always says, you're ripped, you're big dick rich. And I don't say that shit. You say that shit.
Yeah,
I don't say anything about myself.
But everybody knows.
If anything, I make fun of myself.
He's always talking about how ripped you are and your big dick.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
He's always like, he's ripped with a big
Which
dick.
it's flattering and I want to fuck you, but still, it doesn't make any sense.
Dude,
I don't say anything about
I
myself.
feel a three-way coming on.
Already, I would. What if the show today? I mean, what a way to flip the brand! If we start the show and a minute in, you're fucking Seth Petrozelli on the show. Never knew you were gay.
Look, Tom wants to get into the swinging. Seth just said he wanted to fuck him. We know he wants to fuck Crystal.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
We know Tom maybe wants to see. He's paying to see Tracy.
Tom also is on this.
I got logged out.
Butler's got it.
Well, well, that shit is still coming out of our account because I've been doing so much SunTrust bullshit that, man, and it is embarrassing when they go in there and they're reading transactions and they read OnlyFans, motherfucker.
Oh, they read it back to you?
Yes.
Ooh.
I like how he looked at me like it wasn't real. He looked at it like it was that credit card. Did you see how serious that got? Somebody fucking
forgot. Yeah.
He forgot, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, Daniel doesn't touch our business stuff." Oh, he did this week because Daniel had to stay on hold with fuck you, SunTrust.
If you work for TD Bank, please contact us. We want to move to TD Bank.
TD Bank, we're TD.
TD
We love
Media,
TD.
TD Bank.
TD, love TDs, TD Bank.
And this is how little I know about banking. I was asking Samantha, I'm like, they're local, small-time banking. And she's like, nope, national, huge bank.
International.
I'm like, international.
Are they big?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were small. No, I thought they were small.
God damn it.
You're both being racist, and you're conjuring up Banco Popular.
So, speaking of Seth's cheating story, and
It's a good one,
a
too, man.
huge
Holy
announcement that we are making. It'll be on Monday's BDM show.
Yep.
Or if you're in the BDM group, you can go back and watch the video now.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
we
go
did it
over there.
yesterday on Facebook Live on the BDM page.
And the announcement is the very first thing we talk
Yeah.
about, but we'd like to leave that for BDMs only for right now, at least.
The very first thing was the pee-pee problem.
Oh, that's right. The PP problem.
But then
yes.
there was the announcement,
Which
then
you did
cheating
a,
story.
Dan did a test today.
I did a
so
test
we
today.
think we know who it is.
I went into the bathroom. I did what I normally do, went straight up, and then just started looking at all the signatures on the walls while I was hearing water. Right, that's how I tell that I'm in the bowl.
Oh.
And then I looked, and there was nothing on the floor.
So, okay, well, that's not, well, you could do it, pee in the bowl one time, and then
Right, that's true.
No,
that doesn't prove anything.
Who likes routines around here? This guy. Who doesn't have any routine? You.
Yeah, but-
most likely to piss all over the place.
I have a pee-pee routine. Anyway, you'll hear it on the BDM show.
Do you dab?
No.
Butler used to dab.
Yeah, yeah,
He tried
that's
to
a
get me
British
when
thing.
Butler was here. He tried to get me to become a dabber, but I dug in, died on the
Dabbing
hill.
the pee-pee? Like
died on the
hitting
hill.
it?
No, like dab with toilet paper. Like
Dab your dick lips.
Yeah,
What? Like a
Butler,
woman?
Yeah, Butler. Will,
Well, so there's no drippage afterwards.
It's an uncircumcised thing.
You ring the hose.
ring the hose. Nobody rings the hose.
I ring the hose. It's like ringing the towel. I ring the hose.
like this.
I squeeze it from the base and work my way up.
to
and
get the piss out of
to
it.
get the last piss out of it.
No, are you
Oh, you have to leave the show now.
Swear to God.
Oh,
Really?
nobody does that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
bullshit.
grab the
Really?
bottom of your dick and squish the
Yeah.
last
Yes.
squirt out,
And then shake it, shake
and
A
to make sure, to make sure it
and
gets
then
out.
ring the bell.
To make sure it gets out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
my
a
God.
big D thing, I think.
Yeah, I can't do that.
yeah.
Squeeze it out.
That's in case I go get
Yeah.
a blowjob
I look
after
like,
pee.
I
will-
look like
have
I'm
to-
trying to eat the inside of a pomegranate.
You ring the hose, I pinch the nose.
You don't pinch the nose. That's why you. Never mind.
Yeah, the name of the show is Ringing Hoses, Pigeon Noses.
And I guess also
This is where we do the announcements.
we have a BDM Appreciation Week coming up in April. So
I'm getting one of the gifts delivered today.
Oh,
that
cool.
or the one I told you about.
so if you are not a BDM plus, and
And I'll say what it is. It's an OLED Nintendo Switch.
we were talking
The white one. The new one.
Okay.
We were also talking about doing a lot more BDM only events and kind of making up for the past 2 years and doing some mini stuff for just BDMs only.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a BDM, you should sign up. And not only for the Appreciation Week coming up, you can win cool prizes, but
Like an OLED Switch.
a lot of cool private parties that we got planned.
That shit's got an Ethernet port in it.
Also, the side chicks, which have done as far as for charity more than
Any man has ever done.
Yeah. And they are doing another trash pickup at the road they adopted.
I'm going to this one finally. This
Yeah,
will be
you
the
going?
third one. And yeah, Andrea and May are heading out there, and Maisie demanded that I go. And I've had other things to do for the other ones, and I haven't been able to make it. So this one I will be at.
I actually am watching my boys on Sunday. Maybe
Bring
I
'em.
could just take them.
They
Although
can hang with May.
they
May-
do not like charity. I have to trick them into telling them we're going to
silly.
a trampoline
I know you
park.
can.
Or
I know you
something.
can get one of them there. If
There's
you
an
just,
arcade in the mall.
If you just waft,
Oh, yeah.
If you just waft a little of your sweet meat pockets at one of them, you might get him to tag along. If you just hold,
There's a Chile's.
Yeah.
Right there on the road as well.
take him to Chile.
They're at the meetup. Everybody's going to meet at the Oviedo Mall at 11 a.m. on Sunday, March 6th. So
like
if you
that.
want to participate in the trash pickup,
That's cute. It is a little embarrassing to say that on this. This is an international show, and when we say stuff like this, we sound like Garrison Keillor. It sounds so fucking podunk.
So
Meet at the mall, pick up trash.
Pick up trash.
Sorry, I'm just trying to be stupid.
I made a terrible mistake over the.
You got real
That does
serious.
2
not
days
sound
ago.
right.
You got real serious all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What's
well,
happening?
Okay, and let me
You wake up every morning and say that.
let me back up and explain myself because it sounds crazy if I just tell you what happened, and I want to tell you what I've been thinking lately, which led into what happened.
Do I know any of this? I don't think I do.
No. So, anyway, let's start with my son Tommy. Right, the goddamn sweetest boy I've ever met.
He's a good boy.
Sweet and smoky.
Yes,
Yeah.
He's just generally a nice, caring, sweet boy. Like,
Yeah, he's just a sweet kid.
and I know a lot of people say that about their kids, but I just feel like, I mean, Tommy or Max and Maisie, like most kids are sweet and caring for the most part.
They're sweet, but I would say Maisie and Max are both a little more aggro than Tommy.
Yeah,
right.
and that's
A little more
why
aggressive, a little more forceful.
I worry about Tommy because
see that.
in his nature is he wants other people to be happy before himself. He doesn't want to.
People pleaser.
Yeah, he's a people pleaser,
is.
and he doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
He'll
Very
never,
much like Daddy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, usually kids just are kids, and they'll hurt your feelings just by brutally
Oh,
honest.
yeah, kids are the worst.
Maisie's so fucking mean to me.
You
know, every
You're
afternoon.
fat.
Yeah, no, I get worse than that. It's like your butt is just. You know what? It's just disgusting. I've never seen anyone with that much acne on their butt.
They're
You're
like-
so gross, Dad.
The
How
other
is she
kids,
seeing that?
they'd be like,
Well,
"Why are your teeth so yellow?"
Yeah.
God damn. I literally will just. That's a great. You know
Kids are
what?
so rude.
Seth Petrozelli, my friend. That is a great question.
Okay, well, I don't
In 5 seconds of me in my own private closet, standing there changing privately, and she just appears and just bullies me like, "Ew, you're in here, yuck!" You know, it's
I
just like,
gotcha, I
get
gotcha.
the fuck out of here.
It's my room, damn it.
Yeah, kind of like that.
So and the kids are not
everywhere.
meaning to be dickheads. They're brutally
Blunt.
honest and they
There's no
don't
filter there,
Yeah, they're no
yeah.
filter.
Blunt.
So and that's how most kids are, but not Tommy. Tommy will he will
Living with Maisie's like living with you, I think, a lot. Like, she's very
Yeah.
blunt. She'll just tell me what the fuck's happening. I'm like, goddamn, Sam. I mean, Andrea. I mean, May.
Oh,
So-
no. I'm not as blunt as Maisie. I don't think.
May's pretty blunt. Yeah, actually, you're nicer than May. You're nicer than May.
And I'm only saying this because I'm going to get you in my mindset of being worried all the time that the goddamn horrible world is going to fucking crush Tommy because
it
he's
will.
too nice. He's too sweet.
And not the case for Maisie, who Andrea is in our chat room right now, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. She told Andrea that her makeup was, quote, gross.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a quote.
Yeah. And most kids are just, they say it. But again,
Tommy's not that guy.
Tommy's so sweet. Anyway, so I constantly worry about like bullying and then like other kids like
Taking
fucking
advantage
with
of
them.
them.
Well, you
Yeah.
mentioned it a couple times about like middle
Yeah.
school and stuff. You're like,
Yeah, I'm
Rocking the
terrified about
lunchbox.
yeah.
I've heard
Middle
you
school's gonna be, oof.
that's what he's mentioned. I've heard him
yeah.
mention that a couple times.
Yeah.
you know.
Anyway,
So, to prepare him,
well, yeah. I do.
Well,
it's hard.
You got to get him some guns.
get him in karate.
Get him some guns.
I know. Well,
Even the kids in karate, they make fun of my feet.
make fun of your feet.
Well, yeah,
I
one
like
of-
that Seth
What
is
do they
too
say? What do
much
they
of a
say?
pussy. He gets bullied by the children at his dojo
You do
club.
have weird looking like caveman feet.
Well, and they get worse when you seiza position, which is a seated, traditional Japanese seated position with the
Your
legs
feet
under
look
it.
worse when they're
It gets-
moving.
It gets my feet get squished, I guess, and the toes go wah, just straight out.
Big old
and they
Flintstones.
turn a different color, and the kid goes, "Ew, what's wrong with you?"
I like that.
Yeah, but I don't take it.
What do you do? Kicking
I said,
him.
"Oh yeah," I said, "You're gonna like him even less when I kick you in the head with them."
Take a lap,
threatening?
Javier.
No, I don't threaten.
You send him for a lap.
No, I just say, "Oh, that's what happens when you do karate for a long time." I was like, that's
That's
your
not going to make them
that's your
want to do
motivation.
karate more.
Yeah,
This is what happens if you stay in the sport your whole life.
You'll be
I
sad
was like, I
like
got to
me.
quit this shit.
You'll turn disgusting.
I don't want Donald Duck feet.
Your ears and your feet.
they're Ninja Turtle feet. They like. I told them Ninja Turtle feet. They like them because like Ninja Turtles. I'm like, yeah, you get cool Ninja Turtle feet.
My feet like pizza.
Ninja Turtle feet are not cool. They're disgusting and bulbous.
yeah,
That's like saying it's cool, but you know, like a cat's dick. Not cool. Not cool.
But with bulbous comes great balance. That gives you great balance because they're
Bulbous
wide.
and balance.
Ninja Turtle feet and ears like the Elephant Man.
Look who's talking.
I know. I think I mean,
Oh,
Wait, are you going to
complicated.
drain it? Are we draining it today?
Oh,
did
if
you bring
guys
a
will get
needle?
Did you tell me to bring a needle? No, I don't
I
have
got
a
a
needle.
paper clip.
We got a knife.
I know. I need a needle. I can go to Publix and get a...
Yeah, go to Publix and get a needle.
Needle right now.
They sell needles at Publix?
Yeah,
They sell everything.
Yeah,
at
you
Publix.
ask for a diabetic needle. They'll call. Usually they look at you and they're like, "What do you need it for?" I'm like, "I'm draining an ear." I always have to explain it. I'm a wrestler. I have to drain
Just show
an
them the ear. They'll
Yeah,
know.
look at my ear. They're like, oh, yes, sir.
Either that or I just rate. I won't fucking needle.
Give needles to monkey
He
man.
wants testosterone.
Exactly.
So, anyway, there's been this thing happening for the past, I would say, half a year or so, where there's, I've heard Tommy and Max talk about it, and Tommy said that there's been a kid and maybe other kids calling him pussycat.
Oh,
And
no.
yeah. So okay, and then I'm
Braxton
like,
called Maisie Poop Eyes,
well,
and she punched him in the face.
My God.
Yeah.
Poop eyes I'll take because that's the kid.
Oh, she cried, though. She's like, I do not have poop eyes. They're blue. She was a fucking... Oh.
And I'm like, are they saying pussycat or are they leaving out a word? You know, but I'm
Right,
worried
right.
about
Is it
that.
like, what's up, pussy?
They're trying to get around.
Yeah.
They're calling him a pussy.
They're
Without,
fucking doing
Yes,
the
they
Howard
are.
Stern, the
Yeah.
cock-a-doodle-doo. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the, what do you call this? A cock, or whatever on the
Like
radio.
if you had a dog named Stan.
Yeah, they're doing goddamn
Stans.
90s radio, and they're trying to get away with it by saying,
Yep.
oh, no, we said pussy cat, not just pussy.
Yep.
But I'm like, those fucking motherfuckers know they're calling
All
him
right,
a
so
pussy.
who do we got to fight, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm down.
But I don't, but he,
I like Tom. Tom only fights 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
but then
They're
he
tough
says
in packs,
no.
they're tough.
He's like, they're saying it to everybody. So then I'm like, why is it they're just
Would
a bunch
you
of
put
kids?
this
I don't
in
know.
the same classification as the time he had the rocks in his lunchbox and you asked him about him and he was like, no, they like me. That's why they're doing it. Are you picking up on a hint
Yes,
that maybe he's like, because you do this, by the way. You do it where I'll go like, hey, that motherfucker's trying us, man. This there's no example.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
just
coming
making
at me, bro.
I'll be like, these guys are coming fucking at Tom and Dan, bro. Let's fuck them up. And you'll be like, no, I don't think they're doing that. And normally they're not.
Oh, you're thinking the best of the situation. Which
I
probably
always
not.
go in
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
we got to go to the mattresses.
But
let's fuck them up.
And he's not saying it like, oh, they're bullying me or no. He never like I'm lucky.
How did it come up?
He just
Does he care?
It came up. He doesn't care.
Okay.
And so that's what
Nah, he says he doesn't. Deep down,
I
subconsciously.
know, because why did it come up? Is my
It mattered
thing.
to me when I got married. I didn't think I cared too.
I
when was
think
a little
Max
kid.
can.
And look
Because
what
Max
happened to
emotional because then
You want him like me? No.
Oh, so
Hold
Max
on.
is sticking up
So
for
then
him.
That's the intel you
so
need.
the other day, then Max, like he was coming out of the shower, and then he's like, "Hey,
look at
the
my
kid-
balls. Look how big they are. They're bigger than yours. You F word for gays.
And he's like, some of the kids have been calling Tommy the P word,
I'm gonna bring your guns to school. I'm gonna
See,
take
Max
care of them, Dad.
knows.
and then.
Oh, Tommy's too sweet to even realize it's happening.
And then I'm like, the P word? And then I'm like, wait, but are they saying
How do they know the
pussycat?
P word?
That's
My
what
God.
I know. That's,
Maisie does not know the P
because
word.
kids say
Oh, yeah, dude.
everything, dude. Just because your family doesn't mean these other trash kids are. You're in Castleberry. They're saying pussy.
But he doesn't know it's a slang for
Right,
a slang
right.
for vagina or anything. He just knows that somehow
It's a bad word.
We
Well,
said
but
it's
even
bad.
in
this-
he doesn't know what it means.
In this connotation, I think it's more for being chicken, right? I mean, really.
Yeah. He's
You
not
know?
Being wimpy or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, even technically on radio, you're allowed to call somebody a pussy. It's still a derogatory, yes.
Yeah, and so anyway, and then I had the conversation with Tommy about it, and Tommy's like, "No, they like this kid calls
So he
every."
explained it away.
Well, he's like he calls everybody pussycat. Anyway, so
Oh, it's like his catchphrase, like Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
pussycat.
It's
Like, hey, what's
when-
up, pussycat?
It's like when you got old Italian men that, hey, bellissima, bellissima.
So
Hey, sweetie.
this story is actually not about Tommy, but I want to get you in the mindset of how I've been feeling,
sure.
and so I've been extra sensitive because I've been like, "What the hell?" Like this early, they're saying like pussy, like goddamn.
It puts you on tilt a little bit.
Yeah,
It
like
does. As a dad, it does.
second grade, first grade, I guess, it's like, Anyway, so I'm like, what else are they saying? It's been in my head,
Yeah,
right? That,
yeah.
like, what else are my sons exposed to, and what are these other kids saying? Anyway, so the other day, me and Max were sitting in the kitchen, and me and Max, we like to fight, right? So I've been teaching him how to box. He's definitely more into boxing and jab, jab, punch.
Yeah.
And uppercut, and I know what I'm doing. He got little miniature boxing gloves.
You're gonna get him. You're gonna
I'm like,
hurt.
I'm going to teach you good old American fighting, not the
Bare knuckle boxing.
yeah, you're not going to be throwing any rice punches in this house, if you know what I mean.
I guarantee you don't even have their fists right. Or something. You're gonna have them break their thumbs.
First
or
thing you
something.
got to do is you
I know
got to
that.
tuck
Guarantee
that thumb so you don't break it.
I know. I teach him how to the stance. I'm like, bend your knees, get your plant foot, put your hips into it. Max can throw a punch.
You got to stick your gut out there. Stick your big old belly out.
You pull your pants really
Pull
high.
your pants right under your titty.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm grabbed Max by like the back of the shoulders and I'm shaking him, right?
Look, he's already got a broken collarbone before.
You would think you've already learned your lesson.
We play rough.
My God.
And so I'm shaking and whatever, and then all of a sudden he jerks away from me, and then he says, "Get away from me, homo."
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like,
it's happening.
And then I'm like, Max. I'm like, hey. I'm like, you cannot say that word. I mean, and so I'll tell you what I was thinking.
Well,
I'm thinking that
sapien at the end.
that other kids from the PE or some shit have been
sure.
saying that because I remember when I was a kid,
Of course.
like it was thrown around the
The F
whatever.
word, yeah.
And he doesn't even know what it means.
Right.
He knows that maybe if like kids were wrestling and then one other kid says that to another kid,
That's
and
also
that's
kind
what
of a throwback, right? That's like a
Yeah.
87, 88,
Yeah.
man. I mean, good on you.
So I'm like, holy shit. And so anyway, so that's what I'm thinking, that he picked it up. He doesn't know what it means.
No.
He's just saying it because he's mimicking other kids, right? He has no idea
Yeah, that's
what that
what's
means.
going to happen
But
with all of your kids.
There's no way he knows what
No, but I need to use it as a teaching moment to
Sure.
tell him, like, that's a
Absolutely.
horrible slur, a horrible word to say.
Did you see his face when he your face? Did you see Tom's face when he did that? I've seen him correct the boys before, and that's a face you won't see in here very often.
Well, because I'm serious.
Yeah, you
I
were
don't want him
serious.
ever to
Yeah, I've
say
seen
that
you do
word,
it.
and
Yeah,
I want him
yeah.
to know how serious it is, and I don't want to use it as a
Good.
teaching experience or whatever. So I'm like, Max, you can never say that. That is that's worse than the F word, because that like is a horrible thing to say,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah. And then, so then Crystal hears me, telling Max that, and so Max is just listening to me or whatever, and then Crystal walks up, and then Crystal's like, what happened? What
Why
did he
are you being
say?
such a homo, man?
And then, I told Crystal, I'm like, he said homo. And then Mac's like, no, I didn't. I said Homer. And then he's like, but thanks for teaching me a new bad word.
He's literal Bart Simpson.
And
He
then
is literal Bart Simpson.
realized
Your mind went to homo. You're the homophobe.
I was shaking.
You're Homo Simpson.
Oh, you were choking him out like Homer
like
chokes
Homer
out
Simpson.
Bart.
Oh,
And
you
they've
were
been watching The Simpsons.
That's the stereo. Yes, that's the.
And then I said, well, today's the day I taught my son a homophobic slur. Because he didn't know that before.
Oh, my God.
And it's fucking 2022. The kids aren't saying that at the goddamn playground. It's fucking the future.
Yeah, you're right.
That shit
It's a
was happening in the
throwback.
90s
That's
in
a
my
throwback,
head.
yeah.
And that shit isn't happening here. And then I'm like, oh my fucking God. So then I'm like, well, do I just, like, now fucking Max knows that word. And I'm a goddamn.
Yeah, but
I
you told him
fucked it
not
up.
to use it, and then it's bad.
he won't use it.
I know he won't,
He
but
won't.
because they're good about knowing. But he didn't know that before. And then I told
When you were
him.
explaining it, he didn't ask like, well, I watch Homer on The Simpsons. Like, he didn't say anything.
They never explain. By the way, I mean, they don't.
He did, but when I came off so aggressive
You
at
scared
first
him.
that I scared,
Yeah.
and that's what Crystal said, that I scared him and being like, oh, like he was confused.
Right.
I do that to May sometimes.
Max also has like a speech thing where he doesn't pronounce his R's, so it sounded like it to me.
You
Neither
homo.
do the Japanese. Hmm.
Like,
Oh, because he has the tongue thing.
yeah. Like the other kids in class call him, or they say he speaks with a British accent because yeah, because he kind of has like a tiny British accent when he talks.
Get away from me, you homo!
Well,
Anyway.
he can get away with the F word because it means something different in Britain, so that's fine.
I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
I was like,
Jesus.
Why?
This
did
is why
I-
it's so hard.
I
This is
shouldn't
why
have
it's so hard to parent.
I shouldn't have even assumed. I should have said, "What did you like?" I should have
Right.
confirmed before.
What did you say?
It just
Where'd you hear that word? And then it'd be like, Homer? The Simpsons.
in my mind, it made perfect sense that I was grabbing him, and then in PE, some other kid was doing the same thing, and then he said, He said that, and like I played this
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
scenario, it never happened. I just played it out of my head, and
Yeah.
I was like, "That's exactly what he said." I should have
Your
fucking questioned
confidence
it.
got you again.
Yeah. And also, growing up in the '90s and thinking that
Also, your hearing's bad because of that
yeah,
nodules
yeah.
closing up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, at least you didn't give your daughter your old cell phone with your old autocorrect in it, and she types something to your wife, and it ends up... Maisie texted my wife from my old phone, and it just said, fuck you. That's all it said. If Andrea would like to call in and weigh in on
man, what was the response?
I mean, I know what my response was. I had to take a minute. I had to go in the other room and lay down for a second. But that's what happened when you're just like you wipe the phone clean and everything. Like because she doesn't even know that word. She doesn't even know what it means. That is derogatory to say it. I mean, she knows the F word,
right?
Though, right, but she doesn't know what it means. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my God.
Oh, and that's a lot of the kids know all the bad words. They just don't know what it actually means. But
like I hear it, but I know you're not supposed to say it.
Anyway, fucking. Seth, you gonna have kids?
No. After all this,
you really don't I thought you wanted kids.
I do want kids. Of course I want kids. No, I do want kids. I've said that I want kids.
We just got to find a...
I'm like halfway not trying, halfway trying. I don't know. I'm messing around a little bit.
Wait a minute.
Taking some chances.
It's like
really
I can pull it right now, but I'll stay 1 second longer. Okay.
What about your girlfriend, though? Where does she stand?
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever happens, that's how it happens.
That is how it happens.
Yeah, but it hasn't. That's why I got my my little swimmer's check to make sure.
Because
I just been like 5 years when I've been doing this and nothing's happened. So
I did the same thing, and I swore that there was something wrong with me because everybody said there's no way that like a regular pull-out method would work that long.
It's never you, it's them. It
worked for 10 years, and then people are like, no way, it's impossible. And then when we actually tried, we ended up having a kid. It
works good, yeah.
Right, we got Andrea online, too.
Oh, yes.
To confirm the text message.
Hey, babe. Hey, babe, can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you.
I had to go back in the messages and find it, and then I giggle laughed when I found it. It was only just in November, and I think she's trying to learn how to spell. She's also using the voice to text thing on her iPad, and I don't know what she was trying to say, but it came through. Fuck you. I was like,
It's pretty awesome. It's like what you woke up to.
I think the voice to text is what kids are going to be using when we kind of banned them from making comment or from like talking in the chat but the kids play Roblox and when they were talking.
How's that going? Because Maisie's asking about certain games. How is Roblox?
That's her favorite game now.
Roblox is where it's at.
They stopped playing Nintendo Switch. It's all Roblox.
All right.
1 hour a day, every day.
Wow.
And but we eliminated the chat because I didn't even know they were doing it until, remember, like Tommy was talking to other people and people in France.
Man.
What do you think of the war? What do you think is happening? Senor Tommy!
What's up, Senor Homer?
He wasn't even having conversations. He was just yelling what things he like. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't
the
talking.
N-word? Yeah, that's what most of them do.
Anyway,
every little kid I play Roblox with yells the N-word.
But he was using voice text easily and preferred to use the voice text, of course, easier. And it makes sense to me that like the kids will grow up just doing voice text.
Yeah, they talk to Alexa, right? Like May will come down and she'll be, she'll turn Alexa living room light on. She'll put her music on, put the TV on, go make her breakfast. It's nice. Not bad.
And I'm on the I don't know where I'm at with Fortnite yet. What do you think, Andrea? Because
you don't want to ask me because I say just do it.
They know about guns, and they're playing the Roblox version of Fortnite, which is the same shit. And then I kind of familiar with Fortnite. It's just a bunch of people shooting each other
with cartoon guns and building forts.
Like fake guns.
And then I'm like, well, is that? I mean, how bad is that?
What do you think?
Stop being one of those parents that worry about that stuff now. That's why everything's so
I don't know. I haven't done my research on like any of those games, like Fortnite or Roblox, so I could not give you an educated answer if I would be yay or nay on that.
What's your gut say?
Well, May plays Animal Crossing. She still plays that.
Right.
What else does she play?
That's about it. And then she'll do Mario. So
she'll do
she really
Mario.
hasn't gotten into any of those other ones. So
my son said,
I don't know. I mean, I think you need to really, you know your kids better than I do, and I think if you're in the room or if you
In the room.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the room. I like a set it and forget it scenario.
This is when I sit on the couch and scroll TikTok.
Yeah, I'm trying to finger my wife.
Oh my god.
Also, I got them Animal Crossing, and they said too much reading, more shooting.
Just give it to him. It's fine. Jesus. We're with way
Hey,
worse,
I love
man.
you.
Okay, I love you guys. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks, babe.
You say that, but
That's what I see now, man. I never knew it until I started teaching kids how the parents are just
too
coddling the
overprotective.
kid. Yeah, it's not even helicopter. It's like tank parents, where they like instead of just hovering, they're like, oh no. They're like very, very controlling. It's too much.
See, I feel
And I
like,
see that in the kid's psyche, like when what it does. Like it just, I don't know.
like I'm all about giving my sons independence, but then it's like, should you give them independence on a video game that about shooting each other
I think
and
you can
interacting
wait.
with other teens, like kids older than them?
I think when
don't
you
know.
get double digits, I think like 10 is a good age to...
that's too long.
I
they want it
understand,
now.
but-
How old is he? Wait, how old is he? Are they?
6 and 7.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just
So
feel
young.
like, man, that's young. I do feel like it's young. I'm trying to remember when I got it.
I mean, I was playing Mario and stuff when I was 6 and 7, but that's about.
Yeah, I wasn't
We
allowed
were playing
to...
Contra and stuff.
Yeah, Contra. We had guns that looked like guns with those little
Yeah,
rolly
I
things
did
that
have
shot.
guns
Which,
that
Yeah, we
look
also
like
have
guns.
school shootings now, Seth. I don't know
Yeah.
if you were familiar.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do
So?
with having guns in your
No,
kid.
I
That's insane kids.
Well,
that's a
and
mental health
parents,
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Bad-
these insane
bad-
kids are ruining it for everybody.
There's a,
family structures.
yeah, but anyway, it's
Somebody said Doom. Doom was horrible.
Yeah.
Doom was
Although
really
I
good.
wasn't playing that at 6 and 7.
Yeah,
though.
I got into
It was
video
alright.
games are a luxury. They're not a luxury now. You know, like video games when I was a kid, if you had a
Oh,
setup,
yeah.
that was like very special. And a lot of people had them. They were very popular, but
Now
not
there's
now.
barely any households that don't have video
Correct.
games.
Like even like Canadian Josh was on our show this week, and he was like in his man cave, and you could see all of his like guitars hanging around the room. And you look in the corner, and he had an old Nintendo, an Xbox, a Sega. You know, he had everything over there. You know, and that's just,
TurboGrafx 16.
that's just one person I know. The TurboGrafx was dope,
I had
man.
that.
Did you?
I was
who
like the only kid that had TurboGrafx.
Who had Neo Geo? Did anybody have Neo Geo?
No.
And then there was Jaguar. You remember the
remember that. I remember
Jaguar?
I remember Neo Geo being like the anomaly hardware that only a couple kids
Look,
had.
rich kids had Neo Geo.
Yeah.
They're like, my dad got this in Japan. I'm like, your dad goes to Japan? My dad's just a dumb bumpkin. My dad just sells bullshit. Your dad goes to Japan? Holy shit, you got a fancy dad. My dad can barely read.
The only international location he's ever gone to is the Bahamas on a cruise. Like most
My
Florida
dad
dads.
thought the fanciest we'll get is duty free. That's it. We're the duty free denizens. We'd never go to any like passport. What the fuck is that?
But then I look back and then I'm like, there are certain things that we did in the 80s growing up that is probably not good for our
Sure.
development. And then I'm like, well, let's take out those, but then give them the things that made us more confident and independent. I just don't know which one's which.
Okay, here's
And which
That's going
one's
to be a
trial
personal
and error.
decision to curate.
and which
is-
one's trauma compared to actual, like a healthy, independence?
You're not going to like this answer, but
No.
this is the only times that I've seen kids playing these first-person shooter games, or third-person. I think this wouldn't be considered third or whatever. Anyway, or these battle royale games. The only people that I know that do it correctly are the people that do it with their kid. And it would be like you and Tommy and Max all sit down and you play it. That way you are explaining everything, and the only time you're doing it is with them.
Okay, so we could play, but it's got to be with.
At least at first
Yeah.
for a while, right?
Yeah, for a while. Until
Is that like
because
you
that
can have
way-
a beer, but as long as you have it with me.
I'm being dead serious
That's
because I
next
think
year.
that's fair. Because if you see anything like a homo scenario where something happens that you don't necessarily like, the only way you're going to be able to shut it down is if you're watching it, right?
Well,
it's unlike you don't want to get into this Roblox thing again where you're like looking over and it's all like these dead Roblox characters everywhere, and you're like, I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that is the difference. Because
play it.
the chatting with other teens and adults
You
that
don't
play
need
that
that.
game, I don't want.
don't need that.
For sure, I
Definitely
don't
don't do that, yeah.
definitely not that. But just the aspect of the game of shooting and killing, like I'm just like, nah. Like they know that's not going to turn them into a fucking violent person.
Well, especially if you're there to explain
I
anything.
mean, you're
if they
letting
have
them watch The
questions.
Simpsons. It's fine. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
agree.
Itchy and Scratchy's really violent.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
it's very cartoony as opposed to do shooting, throwing grenades. You know,
but
like,
if you see
They
a lot
shoot and throw grenades on Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah,
They
but
saw
yeah,
their
yeah,
heads
yeah.
off.
as a cartoon cat.
Is it Roblox cartoony?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Isn't
I'm
it like
the Fortnite.
It is.
Like,
Fortnite's cartoony.
Yeah, it looks very cartoony.
but it's actually a man.
Yeah, but the gun looks like a weird thing. Or, like you can make it a little more,
Like
more
candy cane?
It is certainly more whimsical than Call of Duty.
Yeah,
You know, it's not like that. It's not like a military simulator. It's not like they're dropping into, a current conflict or something. It's like they're in, a season and they're dressed like G.I. Joe or Snake Eyes or, oh, look at this guy. He's dressed like Deadpool.
And then, even like Call of Duty and stuff, like, this is not going to make them anyway, right? It's not going to wire
that's
their
just it.
brain and do. It's like
They already have to have something going on in there for that to like.
Yeah.
I think you're okay
something-
with no chat and with you playing.
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
So the chat is the worst part of all this.
I
It's
just
like-
wouldn't even
Yeah.
implement that.
And it's like the.
That's why Nintendo got it right. With most of their titles, there's literally
No
no
chat
chat.
option, yeah.
I love it. I love being able to play and not have people bother me.
Yeah.
I don't like people in game yelling horrible things. I don't like them even talking. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're a distraction.
Unless you're communicating. If there's like a military game and you got to like flank people, yeah, I get it. Or football, like or something. You're cooperative. I get it.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins stuff.
But
But
is that a dumb old man thing where our kids like, because Tommy did like the chat on Roblox.
Yes.
Like he was using it a lot. Just saying
Yes.
he liked talking.
That
even
is
though
dumb
the
old man.
Because it's just like a super cool concept,
It's-
right? You could be talking to anybody in the world
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a
internet. Just like we
social-
did with ASL when you went on the internet, AOL back in the day. It's just
Yeah.
like, holy shit, I'm talking to potentially somebody in another country,
And he was watched.
That doesn't mean it's good, though.
Yeah, no, 100%. But he's watched YouTube gamers, and while they play, they talk.
Chat, yeah.
And so I
He's
think
just mimicking it, yeah.
mimicking that. It's like that's how they watch other professionals do it, and they want to talk and play.
yeah.
at the
Have
same
his
time.
mic linked up to you in the other room. Pretend you're somebody else. Just and talk to him.
Oh, well,
You and
like-
Crystal make
So
different
you're
voices.
catfish your own son.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
make it
I
hyper
love this
elaborate.
idea.
Don't just sit
Okay.
with him and play the game. Make it hyper
I love
elaborate.
it.
Then I
love
befriend
this.
him. I'm like, hey, Tommy, meet me outside to see if he goes.
I am
I'm
yeah, trick him.
And then I'll be there, and then I can because he doesn't see you. And then I can take-
you
really
kidnap
scare
him and you take
Hey, I'm just a normal old man who likes giving free sausages to kids. I just happen to be driving my van through your
Man full of
neighborhood.
little smokies.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the Hillshire man.
Oh, man.
see if he falls for it.
Yeah.
Just
Then you know you got issues.
That's not fair. That you're baiting him. Nah, you can't do that.
Then I sit down and then Chris Hansen him in the living room. Like,
Why would you do that? Tommy? Why? Tell me why.
Didn't we tell you not to talk to strangers?
Who were you talking to?
You see the bloody Hellcat?
Yeah.
Would you get in that?
You do know there's not a real Hillshire man, right?
Seth is
Well,
behind.
they've seen that car set, so you can't use that one.
They
Seth-
see my car?
They've been in your car.
Oh, I forgot you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They smash pancakes in there.
Yeah.
They have-
That just shows them that you can't trust even like close people and relatives. They're like, no, you're worried of everybody.
What if I told you that? What if I told you that Tom's wife did a sexy photo shoot in your car that you've never seen?
No.
That you've never
Did you
seen.
On the hood
if
of
you
the
really
car?
did, that'd be awesome.
Inside that you've never seen.
I'd be very upset that I didn't know about it. Then I'd want to see.
God, I got nervous.
Yeah, you got
I
excited.
got nervous.
Got
I
excited.
got really nervous.
All right, let's take a break.
Take a break.
And let's come back and let's do some news. We got some other things to talk about. Got some dump them out topics. I got some questions for Seth.
I love it. Have you heard of the hip hop and rapping artist Mosley Wada?
I have not.
Well, you are. You're about to. The name of the song is Basic. It's my pick of the week. It's awesome. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily.
Why you fucking with that?
Dirt cheap, soapbox, snake oil, small box, airborne, firstborn, birthright.
Here's a fun fact. You may see a bumper sticker or you may see the Gringos Locos mustache and see the words, keep it stashy. My dad used to say that.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And then our buddies, the Danger Brands, said, they asked me one day, they're like, hey, can we use that for Gringos Locos? And I said, absolutely, because I love Gringos. In fact, I'm going to declare something right now.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm having it for dinner.
Yeah. They're on most delivery services. Also, their catering is unbelievable. Whether you have a big event or a small event, they'll just drop it off to you, or you can go pick it up to make your own double Ds, or they can have people make your double Ds for you in a double D station. They've got different things that are not available on their regular menu.
Taco, quesadillas, double D. That's like a double layer taco with their homemade queso slathered on a soft tortilla. I mean, my mouth is watering. It's hard to get through the ad. But they slather the queso on the soft tortilla. They put it on a freshly fried, crispy tortilla. They put the meats and they stuff it. They just jam-pack it in there. They wrap it up in a little aluminum foil diaper, and then I eat it. Oh, my God.
I think I've been eating Gringos for 10 years. Since their original location in downtown, that's where they started, on Washington.
When you and your wife used to party, and you were the partiers. You guys would go out and tear it sideways, and you and Crystal would end up at Gringos almost every night.
Yep, the location downtown, location in the Milk District, location on Michigan Avenue, location at UCF. They've got a lot of locations.
Yeah, it's easy, and people come from, pretty decent distance to grab these tacos. They're just fun, man, and if you're in Orlando, if you've never had them, and you're looking to try something that's just fun, you owe it to yourself to try our friends at Gringos Locos. Go to gringoslocos.com.
I don't know what I did or how I did it, but I did something right.
Yeah, I like that song. That is Liana Firestone, brand new music. Smitten is the name of the song. There's actually another song that connected to that. She edited it off for the radio edit. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. So on the BDM page, I saw someone put up one of these I don't think it was UFC. It's some under company or whatever, but it was basically a fight card.
Ross put it up.
Oh, was it Ross?
He was clowning him.
Okay. So it was like Kevin Ferguson Jr. fights whoever, and that's Kimbo Slice's son, right?
Oh, I did see that. Now,
it's official celebrity boxing.
I thought that this was I thought it was fake. I thought that was just something that they put up. That's how quickly I was reading. They put it up and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's just fake. Kimbo Slice Jr. Ha ha ha. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah. So then in the comments, I saw Seth comment, I was going to fight Kimbo Slice Jr., but it never went through. And then I was like, we never talked to you about that.
Baby Slice.
And so what was this now?
So I got it. This actually, the owner and promoter called me probably
Bitcoin Rodney.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
This is being presented by Bitcoin Rodney.
Hold on a second. You know Bitcoin Rodney? Can you get us an interview with him?
I don't know him, I guess, but I've talked to him.
Can you give me his number? Oh my God, dude, this could be huge for us if we get Bitcoin on here.
I'm not joking.
Part of it.
That's more funny of a name than me and you could ever come up with. Who's putting what promoter is putting this on?
Bitcoin Rodney.
Bitcoin Rodney.
That is the best thing I've ever heard.
I get hot at ear. I laugh so hard at that.
I got nervous because he said we didn't talk about pay. We talked a little bit about it, but he's like, and we got some things going on in the crypto world that we can.
Yeah. He's gonna doge you.
I don't know anything about that shit. I already did. I bought that and I've already lost $1,000.
Don't buy that.
Well, I bought it a long time ago. I was like, I'm gonna hold this for the long run, and I'm down $1,000. Only time I ever did anything investing like that. And
so
anyway, he called me over a year ago.
Does he call you on a normal phone, or does he use a future
Actually,
phone?
I don't know how he even got my number. It was
that guy's in the web, dude.
Text me and I was
He's got everything.
Who's this? I'm like, and he's like,
Rodney.
Yeah, and he's like, got this promotion. I think you've heard of it. Celebrity boxing. I'm like, yeah, of course I've heard of it. He offered me a fight against another rematch, Rico Rodriguez. Do you guys remember Rico Rodriguez? My fight. He's a
Rico Rodriguez.
He was a UFC champ.
He beat you.
No, I beat him.
I was taking a shot.
Yeah.
But he was on. He was
you
actually
have 75% chance of winning.
Yeah. He was on.
You're right.
He was on Celebrity Rehab as well as a bunch of other things and stuff like that. Anyway, they offered me a rematch with him. And I said, yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. That kind of fell
I thought you were out of the fight game because
I
you were worried
was,
about your brain.
But I want to take these weird,
need fame.
Like the
fights.
novelty
The
word.
novelty
It's still
fight.
coursing through your veins a little bit.
Yeah,
Well,
and then the way his
But
rules were was
boxing. I mean, he's still old Ricky
it's a
Rodriguez.
1 minute round. So
1
I
minute
figured
round.
if
Hey,
I figured
old Bitcoin's looking out for you.
yeah, and it's with big gloves. So if anything,
Oh, the big, humongous ones. They're like the size of love sacks.
yeah, and we're in fake sumo outfits that blow up.
Yeah,
I'm just joking. We're not.
And there's a Velcro wall.
So anyway, he said, well, maybe if we have something else for you in the future, I'll let you know. He called me about, this was like maybe 2 months ago. He said, hey,
so
how
there's
would you feel?
Bitcoin again.
He's like, how would you feel against Baby Slice? I'm like, I'll do, yeah, that's fine. Like, what are we talking about money wise? And let's work it out. I'm down. And I'm like, what's the rules? What's this? What's that? He's like, all right. He's like, I haven't put this by him yet, but I'm gonna put it by him. But I really want this to happen. I was like, okay. Like, let me know.
What kind of money we talking here? Like, what do you think?
He literally didn't say any money. I told him what I wanted to get.
Oh, what's
What did you
one-
want?
I was at least
one
wanting 30
Bitcoin?
grand.
30?
Yeah.
No, that's a lot.
Oh, really? Oh.
I mean,
That's what I was
for how many rounds? 3 1 minute rounds?
Three 1 minute
Okay,
rounds.
$10,000 a minute now.
God damn.
Sorry. I mean, I'm
Miss
trained. I'm
Cleo.
training for 8 weeks for this fight.
No, I understand. You take it seriously.
Would you train?
No, I mean, I would do the same thing I'm doing now. I would stop drinking.
So the answer
I would
no.
stop drinking for 3-4 weeks.
You've been drinking?
Oh, I mean, on the weekends, occasionally I'll have 1 or 2 beers. Yeah.
Why do you even have to stop that? It seems like
Yeah.
that
That's
wouldn't
nothing.
hinder,
Yeah,
that wouldn't
that is
hinder you at all.
literally-
It's mental at that point because I'm just
That
like,
means,
no, I'm
to me, that's not drinking at all. That's zero.
You're sober. Completely sober.
That's the most sober-
we did have a karate test a couple weeks ago, and after the karate test, I do have like 5 or 6 and a few shots of sake too. So I did drink
At the
that.
dojo with the
No, after at my
kids?
house.
Hey,
No.
don't tie these
Remember, he
roads,
invites the
guys.
kids to
Remember,
his
yeah, I
house.
invite the kids to the house.
yeah.
And there's a karate tournament tomorrow. That's why I got to leave here. We're going right to Wesley Chapel for karate tournament for tomorrow.
Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Chapel.
And then a kid's sake,
And then a
sake
kid's
party.
sake party. Apparently.
Make sure to stay for the kids' sake party.
So he said he was going to get back with me. Kind of didn't hear back, and then eventually he's like, I don't think he wants
I
to
think
do it
you
at this
priced
time.
him out.
No, I don't think it was that. I really think that he didn't want to.
Yes.
I said I would negotiate. I'm up to negotiation. We could work something out.
I saw that.
So he said he's going to still keep me in line for
Daniel,
so.
bring up the and it'll be look up Kevin Ferguson on TMZ because they just released a story and they showed video of him like sparring in the gym or whatever, and he would stand no chance.
Plus,
he looks like
he's about 25 pounds lighter than me as well.
He looks like
Dude, everyone has a puncher's chance.
he looks like this looks like a radio promotion. It looks like any other celebrity boxing where they do about 6 weeks of boxing training and then they put a highlight reel together and we watch this.
All right, here he is a little.
Look, tell me if you wouldn't kill this guy.
Here. When everybody know I'm taking a little break from MMA and we're hopping in the celebrity boxing ring. Leave in the comments what celebrity you want me to box against, man, so I can knock some of these boys out. Celebrity boxing, I'm coming, baby.
Slow.
Yeah, I was about to say he's fast.
Oh.
No,
Do you know anything about fighting?
he's not even putting his hands up.
No, but sometimes you do that for the cameras where you're not going killing it. You're just flowing,
Right.
you know?
Flowing.
But it looks like
Flowing.
it is.
flowing.
Yes, is he
amateur
in my...
as hell.
I'm not being conceited again, but... Or at all, but I do think that I am better than him. Yes, I think I have better hands than
I
him.
want to
think I
see
could beat
you
him.
fight the oldest son from Malcolm in the Middle. That's what I want.
Francis?
The one that went to the army.
Yeah.
Francis. Thank you, Sam. Good memory.
I
The
don't think I've
actor
ever
that-
watched one episode of that show.
Oh, that's a good show.
You know, it's
better than
good show.
better than Breaking Bad.
What's odd is that they even give him
Agreed.
a option based on like Bitcoin Rodney sounds like he knows how to put together a promotion.
Oh.
And the person he's fighting, I
The
don't even know
notorious
his
He's some guy from The
BTC.
Bachelorette.
I don't even- yeah, I
He was
don't
a
know who he is.
Bachelorette contestant. Iggy
really?
Rodriguez.
Yeah, like so you know, maybe someone who's a fan of The Bachelor.
I'll fight both of them at the same time.
But how good of
Oh,
a
call up Bitcoin.
That's all mine. I'll
You
text
got
him
his
right now.
number?
Yeah, I got his number.
1-800-Bitcoin.
Sam, call him. We'll get him live on the show. Let's broker the deal.
like
You
I mean, how
versus-
good of a like it would be great entertainment for the guy that like ruined Kimbo Slice's career,
Yeah.
and eventually it led to his death. He fights his son,
So
and his
him-
son tries to get revenge
So
on
him
you.
and the guy from The Bachelor will
I'll watch
fight
that.
you and a very special guest. You'll have a helper, which will be Midget Mac. dressed as Kimbo Slice, but with a little powder on it, Ghost to Slice. Mini Ghost. I don't know. It's really.
But now you're thinking like Bitcoin.
I'm trying to get my head wrapped around what Bitcoin Rodney does.
Because this shit is just about the most entertaining thing they can put on, right?
And he said that he's going to look for me. They're doing a new thing called celebrity grappling or celebrity wrestling.
Wait, that's what they do in the pornos. I've seen that.
Yeah.
You lose, you fuck.
Yeah, you get fucked. You get pegged. If it's a guy, I get
Those
pegged.
are my favorite pornos right now, by the way.
I would do that rule.
Involved fights.
Either I win for $30,000 or I lose and get pegged.
Celebrity grappling's not fun. Like, you want to see someone get knocked out.
Yeah, I don't want to see two old celebrities pulling on each other's wigs. Stupid.
Now, this is ideal. I said I would do it for money. Right?
Would you fake it? And I'll explain. Like, would you if they said we'll give you $30,000, but you have to make it go 3 rounds before you try, because you obviously are a better fighter.
You got to Roy Jones it a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to dance around.
If it's 1 minute rounds, 3 rounds, I might do that.
What if they say,
money
what if they say full payment, but you gotta let the midget knock you out?
No. I would never take a loss.
Little person.
Not even for.
Well, how much? Yeah, how much?
$65,000.
No, it had to be over 100
to take a loss.
Okay,
it depends on the who.
30,000, you don't lose, but as you're winning, your pants fall down. And he goes.
Is it the King Hippo thing?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's do some news.
All right, hold on. Let me get his thing. All right, and there we go.
99 MRIs trying to prove he's gonna die. The CTE is kicking in with every new hit at the gym. He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but the Russian won't call him back. And we all forgot about that fight. Just more proof for long you're gonna die. It's Seth Petrocelli with your Duke Bro News.
Douche Bro News.
News today brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Wow, we finally got it.
Do It Law Firm.
Goddamn.
So I chose this first story because deep down, this is really what I want to. I don't want to do what he's doing, but I want to make a lot of money for doing nothing.
Everybody wants to do that.
Oh, of course, but
I'm
on OnlyFans specifically.
Yes,
But I just don't want to do that because I feel like professionally that'll ruin,
Yeah, professionally it's weird to have Truist read back your charges too when OnlyFans is listed as one of them, and then you have to confirm it. Yeah, that's me.
But that's the great thing about making money doing nothing is that you don't have to do anything professionally anymore.
But I still would always want to do karate to kids and adults.
Not me.
Wear a mask.
That would just
Not
be
me. As soon as I'm
my tattoos.
rich,
I thought. Trust me.
I thought of this too.
I thought of the mask. I thought of my tattoos would give me away.
You're gonna hide those with
Why are
makeup,
me and
right?
Seth thinking the same business? Now I'm getting weirded out.
Wait,
because you want to make the money, but you don't want to take the consequences of people seeing your face.
Right.
I'm not worried about him seeing my face. I'm worried about him seeing my tiny dick. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're right.
I didn't see my face. There it is. I see it all day long.
I'm with Daniel. That's what me and the majority of.
I just told Seth I went to wring the hose in the bathroom during the break, and my dick is so small that I pissed everywhere. Everywhere.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, good point. In the chat, they say that your girl's got an OnlyFans and she teaches at the...
Yeah, but that's different. She's not doing penetration. I want to do something where you make money. She's doing it where she's not making a lot of money because she's not showing a lot. She's showing her, her bathing.
Tasteful news.
Tasteful everything.
No, she's not showing it down there.
I want to see...
I like it. I mean, when she does the twirl in the shower.
Yeah.
I mean, but the girls have
she's not taking a double dong and going at it.
No. I've been waiting for it.
Family show.
She's no Savannah Silva.
But if she does want to take a double
But I think if she does that, then she'd make tons of money out of it.
Oh, yeah. She'd make 1,000 right here.
That's just...
But then nowadays,
Nowadays, the double dong. Why did you use your wizard voice? Nowadays, when people are on OnlyFans, I'm the wise old wizard of dogs.
The wizard of Cosby.
It's a little Cosby.
It's a wizard Cosby. It's good. It's good.
Anyway, so what do
So
you
anyway, this guy named Gary, he's 24 years old.
It's always a Gary.
And Almeida, she's 77, so she's 53 years older than her little boy toy. They met at Almeida's son's funeral.
I hate old lady porn stars. You guys are young.
Yeah, it's gross too. But now they're raking it in on the cash on OnlyFans. They made thousands and thousands of dollars every month after they joined OnlyFans. So I guess it's just like a niche thing where old ass looking
People
lady.
are into
Oldie
it.
fans.
Yeah. People are into old young.
I am, but only on the old man to lady side. It's only one-sided. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird how mine works.
They have no regrets about joining the platform, but they said that their loved ones and their family are less than impressed with how they make the extra cash. So they're not fans of how they do it. That's what I'm worried about, is other people judging.
It would ruin your life.
Would your dad care, Seth, if he heard about that you were doing porno on the internet?
Would you lose any clients? You think? I think you would.
That's just it. I think I would.
I think you would.
Maybe
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, have they Googled your name and seen the other shit you've done?
You know how many times they ask me what podcast I'm on? I'm like, nope. You don't even know what podcast.
You've been like walked out on a dog leash. Like, there's been other things on the internet.
That's
the
silly,
only reason I'll say that I believe that the stigma that comes with our show being uncensored and me saying some crazy shit or funny, like uncensored adult stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this could be all in my brain, but I do not believe it is, but I feel like there are people that treat me a little bit different in the parenting and the professional community. They look at me like I'm a little bit of a fool.
What?
Trashy? Tiny dick fool.
Is there even?
I feel
no
but
stigma.
I'm sensitive. You feel nothing, and I overfeel.
Yeah,
so somewhere in the middle,
it probably
Sam, do you feel like because of your show and this show too, and because you're outspoken and you do podcasts, that people judge you a little bit?
Yes.
I feel
and
it.
don't take you as seriously. Yes.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, the entire chat room doesn't take me seriously.
But do you want to be taken seriously?
Yeah,
I think for karate they take you seriously.
Yeah. You don't understand. There's a difference in how I portray myself here, and my real life.
It's funny because maybe I'm taking the feeling of them looking at me like I'm trashy, because I get the feeling of them thinking I'm the shit. My son's dad's my son's friend's
You really
dad.
think that?
And I'm the cocky one.
So you think that any birthday party I've been to, let's take somebody we know, hockeymen, Canadian hockeymen, they're sweet people, lovely people. I met them for the first time through Tommy. He introduced me. They're friends of his family. I'm like, you think he looks at you and he's like, this guy's doing it.
So that's in my mind. I think that they think I'm a famous radio guy.
Poor thing. No, come here. I want to hold you.
Well, maybe in Castleberry.
Nobody has ever thought that.
King of Castleberry.
I don't think people even thought that back when we were on the radio, and there were a few people that might have thought that.
You guys forget you are still on the radio. 5 days a fucking week.
Yeah, when I listen, I forget about that.
It's night radio. That shit doesn't count.
I'm driving home at night from the dojo, and I turn you guys on. I'm like, oh, this is.
I forget about it, and then I have people.
Night radio is the worst, the lowest class.
I have people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, man, love ACT," and I'm like, "What?" Like seriously,
what's that?
Yeah, like the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can make some good money.
Yeah, I know, and I really, really, really want to do it, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
Why don't you just start with dongs and not penetration? Why don't you just start with just showing your smooth dong, greasing your dong,
because you'll
whacking
still see who I am. You'll still see my tattoo.
No. Yeah, of course, but not your face. Just a greasy dong and a completion.
I don't think you'll make enough money because
that's how Simon Rex started.
That's like what Tracy's doing. Well, no, she's never.
What if you only do custom videos?
Yeah.
So then they can only see it if they pay for it.
It'll get out on the internet.
Something.
Yeah. I'll
see,
order
I'm trying to do what you normally do to me.
Well, I will order one under assumed name, and then I'll release it, but I'll put like some funny music and clown face on you.
Because if I do stuff, I go all the way in. Like the Oculus, I bought that. I bought the grips for it. I bought the additional things.
Yeah.
I bought the stand.
You get the
for
big boy.
So how many times have you jacked off with that thing?
I wanted to bring this up to you because I don't know how to download the porn.
Oh my God.
I looked on the search on the things and there's no porn. I put adult content. I put everything. I can't find
all you have to do.
How do you do that?
You just
it's like my dad. naked women.
And then I
one
downloaded
website.
a browser, but I didn't go. I didn't want to type in it on the browser, so I didn't want it remembering that I did. You know, like,
Right.
Well, of course it's going to remember it.
well, I don't want to. That's why I didn't type it.
Well, you can always
I just
clear
want
your
to
history.
Yeah, it still doesn't matter. Somehow they
Then
know.
you're never getting porn on
Are you
that.
serious? I thought no,
You
there's
have
a
to
way.
type in something.
No, no.
You can't just will it to show
What
porn.
I'm saying is,
That's what he thought the helmet. He's like, I'll just think about it.
It knows my thoughts. It knows my thoughts.
what I'm
He
saying
shit
is,
his pants thinking
I
wrong.
want an app. I want an app, and I don't want to go to an internet browser. I want an app.
No,
that
the
controls
app
it.
is the device you use your
Yeah, you have to go. There's a site. What is it called? VR Banger.
POVR.com. POVR.com. That's like the X videos of POV. Trust me, I'm in it now. That's the only way I jack off now.
Because there's a way I
I'm in
read
the
that you
future.
had to plug it into the computer and download a specific porn app. There's yeah, you can do that. Though.
You can do that. Yeah, you can plug it in, but you need a pretty powerful rig to do what you want to do. But if just to get you by,
Dude, I saw some guy on TikTok, and he had the full treadmill that it had something
awesome.
attached to his back, so he was walking.
Yeah,
and he was
there's a vest that makes you squeezing. I was looking at that. I was like,
the vest, and then they were showing what he was looking at. He's like going around a haunted mansion with a flashlight, and I was like, oh my
It's
god,
Luigi's Mansion.
and then he's walking in this fucking treadmill thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, holy shit, like that is like way more advanced.
there's a listener of ours that wrote me. He did not want to be identified because he does not want to get made fun of, but he has one of those on order. He has
That's awesome. Why does that make fun? It's
He
cool.
gave a lot of money to a Kickstarter, and they're making him this 360 walking thing for his VR. We got a lot of guys that
How
are
much is that?
Thousands. Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
$10,000.
The thing is, I wouldn't buy it now. I'd wait for like 5 to 10 years and then get one that's like really, really good.
Well,
Because I
think
feel like
about
now
it.
this is the prototypes.
Think about it. Like a really good treadmill is going to, like, let's say a Peloton Tread Plus. That's 4K, right?
yeah, my treadmill's like
So it's going to be at least be that. I would imagine it's at least going to be like $5,000.
And
I think
then-
around 5K is what they are running right
And
now.
it's not mass produced; it's custom made. It's crazy.
There's a slide walk. SJ Designs VR is in there in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomAndDanLive. I don't know if he's in there watching live on VR, but sometimes he is in our chat room watching live on a big setup, and he has like a stadium you can go in if you have a VR rig. But he says there's a slide walk for $1,000 just as good. So
No
everything's,
way. That's
you're
cool.
right, everything's going to eventually, as soon as something pops out that's expensive, they've already made it and smaller and faster, cheaper.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
really
neat.
cool.
Next
I'm
story.
enjoying it though. I got a little motion sickness for the first couple of days, but then
You
I
get used to
downloaded
it.
a really cool meditation app, so I'm starting to try to.
Which one are you using?
Trip.
Trip is good.
Yeah,
It's good.
It freaked me out a couple times. I had to stop it.
It's
'Cause
a
I got
little-
I got anxiety a couple times watching some of the things.
When you breathe out, it makes it look like the breath comes
the
out
breath
of your,
comes
and
out.
when you breathe in, it makes it look like it comes in. And it's
Yeah.
if you're high, it'll fuck you up.
You do that this
That thing
weekend.
messed me off. The floating, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's
I freaked
good.
out. I felt like I was there. And
and
I
then when
freaked
you
out a
have
little
to avoid the rock,
Damn it! Why did we have him do meditation videos
Hold on.
here?
this one
I
was
want to see this big
Now I'm going
gorilla
back
rip
there.
the VR mask off.
Yeah. Now I'm.
I
Kind
just
of,
closed my eyes and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting in my chair. It's okay.
did you freak out?
A little bit. I get anxiety.
Hold on,
Maybe
maybe
the videos where
hold on,
you
I freak myself out.
Maybe Baby Slice can be. You're afraid of floating.
Yeah, I don't like.
You're afraid of virtual floating.
Yeah, it freaks me out a little bit. I had
Hold on.
I did a roller coaster one, and I had to.
That
I
one
couldn't-
was sick.
I could not stop.
Hey,
I,
he's
the guy.
As
We
soon as
wanna
we started
watch
going
all.
up, I had to shut it
Have
right
you
up.
done the
I was like,
wingsuit? Jump out of the helicopter?
No, fuck no, I
Dude,
would not
there's
do that
one
either.
video where you jump out of a helicopter on a wingsuit, dude,
it's-
and I swear to God, it makes your
Let's do
scrotum.
it.
Yeah, my
As a
stomach-
man, it makes your scrotum lift. It's like, whoa, when you go out, you're like, ah. And then these guys are, I think they're Russians, and they are literally navigating a mountain, and when they get done, it's like they've won they look like they could be killed multiple times. Because they do that move where you get real close to the trees.
Yeah, the proximity flying.
Yeah, oh, it's nuts.
it freaks me out, man. I don't know why. Like my mind can't distinguish. Like I still think of it.
Yeah.
Anxiety. It gives me anxiety.
Oh, Andrea's always in it. I had to pull her out to reality. I'm like, you gotta come back to me, baby. You gotta come back to me.
It's better in there.
I'm like, wake up, wake up! She's like, I'm still catching fish. She's playing bait. That game, bait.
It's
bait.
better in there for her.
It's good.
Yeah, it's her
She told me something yesterday.
Lawnmower Man.
She told me that she likes VR, just like what Sam's saying, because there's no Maisie and there's no Daniel.
It's her escape.
It's her
virtual
escape. She said that it's nice because she, and I'll quote my wife, she said, "You motherfuckers leave me alone." That's a quote.
Next story.
So I did this story a couple weeks ago. It's not old. It's relevant from this Olympics,
This
but Olympics
calendar year?
is calendar year. But a BDM sent it to me, and then I wasn't in for like a week, so I didn't get to say it. I don't know if you guys talked about it or not. The penis story.
We did.
What story was
Where
that?
the guy's
Ross
penis
brought it up.
frozen.
Yeah. Ross stole that
It was
one, yeah.
everywhere.
I think I was
I know it was. That's
actually.
why I
Oh,
figured
you did,
you guys would
yeah.
talk about it.
Well, if you figured we'd talk about it, then just pick another story.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, and I will go right
yeah,
to
but
the
don't
next
ask
story.
on the
Well,
air.
I will say,
Well, I don't have time before I get here right at the last minute.
I will say this: it all seemed like he made a comment. I froze my dick off, or so, like making that joke.
And then people were too stupid to realize that it wasn't real.
Media and entertainment media just started reporting it like he actually froze his member because it'll get clicks. Like, I think he just was cold. He didn't actually freeze his dick.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think
There's
that's
a
what
picture of him on the ground with the thing on his
Yeah, but they wanted,
Because he was
cold.
He was cold,
and so they
and
took
he
a
was
picture of
tired.
him. Now, take that picture and put it with the story that says his dick is frozen. We got him.
Yeah,
That's how
because
they did it.
because
I would sue for slander at that point.
Well, I look at it like this. All the stories I hear about like climbers getting caught on mountains and like getting stuck and then they get rescued and they always come back with a black nose and
They come
fingers
back black.
and toes.
Because
right?
they want to look like Goofy.
And that's the frostbite, and no mention of frostbiting their dick off. Or
I think it's too central, right? It's not an extremity.
Yes,
your legs
and it's
can
covered.
Your legs can warm it up.
Now, if we had some sort of strange weather phenomenon, or if Gru from Despicable Me used a weather ray to change like African tribes' weather into straight freezing weather, their lack of clothing could make that appendage an extremity, then freezing it off.
That is
but
true.
that's not going to happen because you're going to be smart enough to wear pants when you're in a frozen climate. So this is a non-story.
That night where I took my clothes off when I was partying, I did get a little cold down there. So if it was cold out that night, colder.
That story, I thought about that story when I went to bed last night, and it made me horny.
Yeah, it was a horny night.
He was wearing
horny.
that ski suit that's like a thin neoprene nothing.
Yeah.
But again, your fingers, your nose, your toes would get the damaged before your penis. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was cold. But using the word frozen.
Well, normally,
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, when I get cold, and I think I may have done this last night, Andrea keeps the bedroom way too cold. And when I get cold, I usually take my hands, and I have lack of circulation in my
you
hands.
stick them down your pants.
And I stick them down my pants, I
I do
put them
that
on
too.
my balls, and
Put
I'm
them
like,
on
oh, and I take my knuckles, I put my knuckles under my balls, and I'm like, oh,
I usually do it between
warm my
Tracy's
knuckles,
legs.
balls. I
Freeze
love
Tracy's
you,
legs.
balls.
Yeah, like my toes and fingers.
I can put my toes on my balls.
My genitals are always hot. Like at least the store of heat.
Well,
down
my
there.
balls are. My dick sometimes is a little. I'm like, you there, buddy? Like, it's cold. I'm like, come, wake up.
Wake up, what's going on, man?
Next story.
I did this next story because I've never in my entire life, and I've heard of a lot of things, heard of magnet fishing. Have you guys heard of magnet fishing?
Yes.
Really?
Well, it's on social media everywhere.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not on social media.
I've
Good
seen
for you.
there's a lot of TikTok influencers that just magnet fish and then show the content is everything they get.
It was like a small town thing. I remember guys in DeLand, like when we would be beer drinking at a lake, I remember redneck buddies of mine having ropes with big magnets on them, just pulling shit out of a lake. Like,
Oh, really? I don't remember back
It was
then.
like a... This is like I don't know if it's a
swamp person
Miami
thing.
thing,
Yeah.
but it's
No.
definitely a
this was-
Deltona, DeLand, DeBerry.
This one's from Homestead, so it was right by Miami.
Yeah, but it's,
Oh, yeah.
it is a... It's definitely a thing because they'd pull shopping carts out. They'd use it
Knives,
to,
guns.
guns, whatever they could find.
Yeah.
Seems like it's just all you're getting is a bunch of garbage.
It's metal detecting in the water.
I was about to say, is it the
Yeah.
same nerdiness as metal detecting?
Basically.
I think it's actually like a little cooler because it's not as nerdy. It's a little more rudimentary and a little more beer drink and throw it out there. Did we get anything? No, drink another beer.
Yeah, but metal detecting, you find, like, let's say at the beach, right? You find jewelry, you find stuff like that, like valuables, the coins, things like of value.
But it's nerdier because you're using computers.
All the magnet fishing guys, they like the most excited I've seen them get is when they get a gun and it's a rusty gun that's worth nothing, and they call the police, and the police have to make a report about it.
stolen.
I downloaded a virtual metal detecting thing, so I'm in my room. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's a lot of those games where what other games have you downloaded
good
on
about
your
that?
VR?
Huh? All I have is I have a zombie shooting one, which is cool.
Has your
Which is
girl
really-
Tracy used it?
Yeah, I got her. She didn't want. I'm like, come play Beat Saber right now. This is
Beat
awesome.
Saber's fun.
And I downloaded the Green Day package, and she's like, I want that one. And she wanted something else. So
Yeah, Beat Saber's
She's like,
really
get this.
fun.
I'm like, it's $30 to download this thing, and she's like, I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah,
So I'm spending all this money downloading all these Beat Saber things.
I love that he's complaining about spending $30 on his hot girlfriend.
I know, right? If you ask me $30 or what for that, I'm like, guy, I'll give you $3,000. What do you need?
Yeah, I felt bad. I feel bad when I complain about money. Right after she sees all the shit that I just randomly buy.
Yeah, your fucking truck you scratched up, you won't get off your ass for $30.
$30.
I will, but it's not for me. So
all she wanted was the Lady Gaga jam pack.
Right?
Yeah.
All she wanted
all
was
she
to
wanted.
be able to do, some Lady Gaga.
The dojo paid for her entry fee for this tournament coming up. I helped her out.
To promote your dojo.
Bastard.
She's competing in kata. I'm actually pretty proud of her. She's going to do it. And I'm not forcing her to do it.
You're just paying for it.
I sort of am.
But you paid for her entry fee, and you are driving her there.
You should start a new game virtual.
I'm paying for the hotel to stay tonight.
You should do a new virtual game, VR, Feet Saber with your disgusting feet.
Oh my god.
Kicking shit.
Yeah, just kicking shit out of the sky. Just kicking it all.
So what's the story?
Okay. A Florida man took his grandson magnet fishing, and now the police are investigating what they reeled in. Florida man and his grandson couldn't believe their eyes when they reeled in more than just some scrap metal and bottle caps during a magnet fishing weekend trip. I don't need to say their names, blah, blah, blah. They were out on a magnet fishing trip in Homestead, Florida, when within 5 minutes of their arrival, he reeled in 2 sniper rifle receivers and bolt carrier groups wrapped in shrink wrap. This was their first time magnet fishing, and he chose a bridge with a canal near where he normally goes hiking. So they called the police. They came to investigate, and they took them their $7,000 sniper rifle. $7,000 sniper rifles.
Wow. Like competitive sniper rifles.
I don't know, why would it be
Obviously,
wrapped in shrink wrap?
Because it was used in a crime, and you throw it out your window over the bridge.
Exactly.
You-
I thought that was
Well, why would
weird.
you shrink wrap it?
You know what I thought about this?
I thought I'd want it to rust. You're right.
Maybe you shrink wrapped it to get it into your car to hide it, and then you figured it would just deteriorate underwater after time, I don't know. I mean, fucking...
I mean, if you used it, unless you wiped it down, you're just shrink wrapping your fingerprints onto the murder weapon.
Oh, a lot of criminals aren't that smart.
Or maybe these criminals are just like
Maybe
me.
they wiped it down.
He said they were
then
military
shrink-wrapped
grade.
it, and then
Sorry.
to throw it into, so their fingerprints don't get back on it. But then why not just wear gloves?
Wow, they estimated that they're both worth $20,000 total.
Yeah, like somebody in the chat room said like about $7,000 to $10,000 a piece.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
So I like to imagine like 2 criminals back in the olden days talking to each other, and they've been throwing their weapons over bridges into the water for years, right?
Yeah.
They did a crime, and that's the stereotypical move.
Find a waterway.
You're driving, and then you roll down your window, and you throw your gun out the window over the bridge into the water, and then it'll never be found, right? I want 2 criminals to be talking to each other, and there's no way that these weapons will ever be found unless, for some reason, in the future, people start using it as a hobby.
Exactly.
And then them laughing like, that'll never happen because that's so stupid. Like, who the fuck is going to start throwing magnets out over a bridge and seeing who can get
And
shit?
those magnets are expensive as hell.
Yeah, they're giant.
Yeah. We should get one.
Yeah, I was looking at the magnet right now. It's huge.
I thought
we
you
should get one.
because there's
I
been.
don't want to do it now. I want to go in Lake Baldwin. We'll probably find some cool military stuff there, right?
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of people that with canoes magnet fishing in Lake Baldwin
I bet
because
they
of
do
that
it.
shit.
I bet they already
No, I
do
think
it.
people are too ritzy for that over there.
No, there have been a lot of
the poor's
boats out
on the
there
other
lately.
side. Yeah. On the other side of Baldwin.
Just be careful over there. That's where the wildlings are.
So with TikTok and magnet fishing, I've seen a lot of TikTok videos and influencers finding cars of people that have been missing for years.
Oh, wow.
That have driven
found
off
their bodies, yeah.
and then their skeletons.
With the magnet? Oh, that's horrible.
So they,
Well, at least the family gets closure.
Sure.
So this has happened multiple times,
Yeah.
and they throw the magnet over, and then obviously they can't lift the car, but they're like, there's something gigantic down there, and then they end up investigating, and it's a fucking car from some teens in the 70s that got lost, and no one ever found them, and then their bones are in there and shit, which is crazy that there was no indication at all that the car went into the water at the time.
Look at it. No time to look for it. I mean, it goes in there. They don't have the technology at the time. Time marches on. You get the technology, but you don't go backwards. Imagine if we went backwards for every case. We try, right? I think.
And you don't know where they're driving, so it could have been any bridge.
Yeah.
And
Bustecker said that they try to go back and hit the ones that they know they can do if they
have any kind of evidence.
If they have current technology that maybe is better.
So do you get to, I wonder if they get to keep the sniper rifles.
They turn them over to the police, and that's what they said. They turn them over to the police, and they're going to investigate.
I don't think police ever give anything back, right?
No, I don't
like
think
once
they're
the police have it.
Like if it wasn't used in a crime and it's just a missing item, then I think there's a certain amount of time.
No, I mean
the person who finds
if it's
it gets
not
it back.
yours is what I mean.
Yeah.
I think if you found it,
really?
You turn it over, and then they there's a process. It's the same thing with
there's
finding
a rule.
jewelry.
Finders keepers.
Yeah, but there's
legally bound.
I'll tell the cops that.
Excuse
me, sir. Finders keepers.
Losers weepers, sir.
There is some sort of legal
and don't even
way
get me started with liar, liar, pants on fire.
that they can.
Yeah, as long as it's not an illegal gun and it hasn't been used in a crime, potentially they can. What do you call apply to get the guns back?
Yes.
I think that they don't, though. I think that they go, fuck them, we're keeping it. We're the police.
What if they commit a crime with him and then do the same thing and throw it somewhere else?
What?
The grandparent that found it and the kid. What if he uses those guns to commit a crime and then tosses them somewhere else?
Well, then someone else would have to find them. I don't know.
I'm just putting him.
I bet
confusing me. Like what?
This whole wave of magnet fishing though has got a lot of people nervous because they ditched guns back. In their fucking lakes.
Especially on TikTok because it's young people and they've thrown guns into lakes.
But it was forever ago. Statute of limitations. It's all right.
Yeah, but
not with murder. That doesn't count.
They could have maimed somebody or just a robbery maybe.
If you murdered someone and threw your gun into a body of water, and then now 10
That's
years.
why you got to go ocean.
You
got to throw.
Where is the go-to place
in the ocean?
No one magnet fishes in the ocean.
The salt.
I'm not buying a $300 magnet.
I don't think it does.
Salt water.
I think it still works in salt water.
Yeah,
the salt will deteriorate any metal maybe to nothing. Like 30 years of a gun in the ocean, it'll probably go to nothing.
I would imagine, yeah.
Although those old ass shipwrecks, they'll be like, this is a sword from 300 years ago,
Made better.
And it looks like barnacles and shit, but it's still there's some iron in there or whatever.
They want you to go magnet fishing in your new kayak, Tom.
Oh yeah. Oh wait,
you could start a new hobby.
Your kayak's inflatable. That magnet, it would
it'll
just
capsize
pull you in. I help! I can't swim.
Also, nothing about magnet fishing seems fun to me.
No, it seems
what about kayaking?
That too.
Back to you, Sam.
It stinks.
Like metal detecting, I feel like
in a kayak. Metal detecting in a kayak.
Like, I feel like you could find a wedding ring or something like a valley, some fucking doubloon.
The only wedding ring I want to find is not mine.
But the magnet fishing, you find an old rusty murder gun and some other cans and garbage.
Right?
It won't pull up
There's
a safe.
Never anything in a
That would be
safe.
awesome to pull up a full safe full of
Right?
gold bars or something.
No one's throwing a safe off a bridge like they're throwing
They
weapons.
do in the cartoons.
It doesn't happen. It's just
I saw
trash.
a shit ton of them when I just looked up magnet fishing, so I think
Safes?
you're wrong. Yeah,
It's just
I don't know what's
little
in
box
them.
safes.
Yeah, the little box.
There's
ones.
nothing in them.
Yeah,
It's all trash.
Probably more guns, right?
Yeah. It's a murder
We
gun.
love our guns.
Because, again, who's
tossing them in the
just a
lakes.
bunch of teeth.
who's throwing a safe of gold into a river? You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
that's going to come back to it in
Yeah.
like 10 years.
D.B.
Like, I'll
Cooper.
put it here.
Yeah.
Damn,
I'll
just
do
bury
what's
it.
that.
We'll come back to this river in 10 years. I'll see you here.
Oh, just
Set your clocks.
bury
Nobody
it.
fucking does that.
If
We're
someone's
the
going,
dumbest show.
if someone's going to jail and they need to hide a bunch of money or something like that, I would somehow seal it and shrink wrap it.
Everybody, you find a rock wall and you put it underneath the shiniest black rock you can find.
He's right.
Then you tell Red. Everybody knows. All right, go ahead. Shasha.
This I know what it's from. How late how long did you breastfeed the kids for?
Still doing it.
My wife couldn't do it because she's a failure.
Mine too. My wife's titties are too small. Nipple's not big enough to go in the kid's mouth. Didn't even make it in there. Couldn't get past her first teeth. Nipple's too small. It's like a flat.
I'm getting no help.
It's like trying to suck orange peel off of a Florida drywall.
My wife tried, frustrated, mad at herself, mad that she couldn't do it, thought she was a failure, shamed by other moms online. And then,
what was so hard? What was the problem?
It doesn't.
They won't latch.
Her milk pump's broken.
So she didn't produce that much milk, and then her doctor's like, everybody's body's different. Just feed them formula.
My wife's
so your kids would have died back in the day, like in the
dead.
Evolutionary.
Good as dead.
Yeah.
It sucks. So I asked
and we didn't even do formula.
No,
we just jumped straight to Cheetos.
But back in the day, if you couldn't do it, someone else, some other woman in the village could do it for you. You know, that they just traded off. They were always breastfeeding.
Which is gross.
They borrowed that titty.
Which is
that's
gross.
what they would do.
That's exactly what they do. They were like, where's the big fat mama with the big old titties with the milk coming out of them?
I think that back in the day when humans used to live in like village scenarios, that most of the women were always breastfeeding and always they're
always producing
all the, because there was another form
for us men, like sucking on them and have milk squirt in your mouth and shit.
Well, they're for the kids.
No, I'm not. That's something really.
Well, then just aim lower. And those are for the kids, and the bottom part's yours.
Then, it's full of bush.
Then breasts weren't a sexual thing.
Oh crap! You know? What?
Not like they are now.
Do you think it changes back then that we're sexually attracted to the female body?
Not that you were sexually attracted, but it just wasn't as sexualized as it's not. Like, look at that.
You're totally just making that up.
No, look at the Indian people. They have their breasts out, and it doesn't matter. They're long and hanging, and they're producing milk. They're for utility, not for sexual. You know what I'm saying? It's
long and hairy and producing milk. That didn't rhyme. It's usually long, hairy, hard to carry.
They didn't try to hide them at all, or whatever.
That doesn't mean that they weren't like grabbed on and felt. And
I'm sure the guys did it, but it wasn't as big.
I love it when two meatheads have a boob fight. Tell me about boobs, guys.
I think they were less sexualized.
I agree with you.
1,000 years ago.
I think that cave people, if we're going, that's what I always go to cave people. I think they were more concerned about getting their cave juniors fed and not worried about look at them titties.
Yeah, and if they wanted to
Consalgas.
If they wanted to have sex, they would just have sex.
Yeah.
And, it was
horrifying. I bet. It was violently horrifying.
Yeah, we got raped a lot.
Yeah, it involved a lot of fire and rocks. Bad shit. It was bad shit.
Back to I didn't even start this yet. A mother, she was on. This is TikTok. I want to do one TikTok story. She defended herself on TikTok after being accused of being inappropriate and a bad mother, an abusive mother. Viewers were outraged hearing that she would breastfeed her daughter for 6 years. That's old, right?
Yeah, Maisie is 6. That would be Maisie right now.
Yeah.
Getting up from her room and texting me, "I'm coming into your room." And I'm like, "Okay, come in." And she texted me, "I'm coming in to suck mom's tits." I'm like, "All right." Well, we were just fucking, so hold on. Let me put my dick away. So and then she knocks on the door. She comes in, and Andrea picks her up, and she's as big as me, by the way.
Strong as fuck. I saw her do a handstand.
Yeah, she'd do all kinds of little
walk on her hands.
Yeah, she's an athlete.
Yeah, she walks her hands over.
Yeah, she walks her hands over to my wife, and then does a flip into the bed, and then starts sucking Andrew's titties.
Yeah. 6 years old is old.
Yeah, it's
that
old.
would be crazy.
So this girl, her name is JC Campbell. She's only 20 years old. She revealed her breastfeeding plans for her 1-year-old daughter Emma on TikTok that gained over 2 million views. The certified location counselor of birth in Texas. I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, she responded to the comment, calling her out, saying that it's sexual assault to do that with a 6-year-old. That gained over 20,000.
No, I mean, let them do it. You're a kid. There's nothing sexual about it in her mind. That's the society looking at it. I do think it's weird, but it's fucking her kid, whatever.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if it's her kid. Who cares if her? We take kids away from mothers from doing lots of fucked up shit.
Yes, I know. Because the intention is, if you're doing something weird with the kid, take them away because your intention is sexual. Not
sexual, but still, it's intentional, but it's not sexually intentional.
Knock it off scenario. Like, hey,
you can breastfeed your kid as long as you want, in my opinion. No, whatever. That's between you and your kid. I don't think there's anything nefarious about it.
Yeah,
unless there is, then there's a problem.
Right.
But if there's nothing nefarious,
I do agree with you, and I do agree with that statement because
I think it's weird.
It's not my kid. It's not what I would do, but
But it's okay to have that kid kind of have mental issues because
Well, we don't know if
stupid.
they're going to have mental issues. I don't know their relationship. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've never heard a psychologist talk about.
Well,
like,
that's what you need to do.
giving
You need to
mental
find
issues.
some sort of studies. I'm sure there has to be some sort of studies
But
that have been
if
done.
it's nothing they stopped, yes, it would give my son Max, who's 6, it would give him mental issues if Crystal's like, all right, I'm going to start breastfeeding again. You know what I'm saying?
doing it again.
and then force, because then I'll be like, well, you cannot have a
If
son
he was-
because you're insane now, and this is abuse and this is crazy. But if the kid is breastfeeding every day, multiple times a day,
Is it exclusive breast milk for 6 years? That seems
no,
absurd.
you have to. No, they have to have.
You gotta
other food.
integrate
You
other
gotta
things,
supplement. You got
right?
to put some bagel bites in.
No, she says toast.
You got to go
Boobies and
breast milk,
bagel bites.
Boobies and bagel bites. That's
And-
all I want. Man, that's fucking awesome.
Toaster strudels.
Dude, I will fuck with some toaster strudels. The icing package?
Yeah, those were really
Yes,
good. I haven't
sir.
eaten them in like 30 years.
There is a lot.
Maisie hated them. I bought them for her thinking she was going
What?
to like them. She hated them. They're still in my freezer.
Oh my god.
I see breastfeeding TikTok videos a lot. And
Your algorithm is weird.
Why don't you use my phone for a little bit, buddy, and tighten up my algo?
And you can basically see like the woman's
areola.
breast, like the areola,
Areola.
and like the
I like
baby.
that.
And,
You know
and
what's
it's-
funny is
I'm like,
pause
what
and
is this?
I try to
You don't
pinch.
know what it is.
No, I know, but I'm just like, why are you putting this on?
Why is it on your algorithm? I haven't seen one breastfeeding video.
Me neither.
I'm
I don't know.
mad if I see it now just because we're talking about
I've
it.
never looked it up. I have nothing wrong with it, or but I'm not
I have
interested.
nothing wrong with it.
I'm not interested in it, or I'm not against it. I don't know why it's on my algorithm. But
You know what I
see
like,
it.
and I don't
maybe
see
because
it.
I stopped for too long.
Yeah, you stopped too long.
You know what I like, and I don't see. I've
Too
only
much
seen
pressure.
it maybe once or twice. But you know what I like, and I've only seen it once or twice. Double babies, double boobs,
Oof.
double barrel.
Yeah.
Where a lady's feeding 2 kids at one time. That's amazing.
I did. Okay, there was a breastfeeding scenario that happened at my house one time that I was super awkward. Like it made me awkward.
I missed this, right? I was in the pool.
Yes,
I could have seen all
It was at
this.
a
I missed
birthday
all
party.
because I'm the guy. If I see it, I get a boner.
It was, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I look over, and I'm like, no! And then I immediately, and the woman was like, had her breast
Pendulist.
out, and-
Pendulist breast.
and then the baby was breastfeeding, but it was
Running
like,
it low.
There was, and I don't care. And I was just shocked by it because there's just like the kids are running to the party, bagel bites, and then it's just, oh, there it is.
I also prefer both out than one out. I think one out's weird. It'd be like if I pulled one testicle out.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
odd, right? Pull them both out.
Are you okay with it in public? Like a random a restaurant? a
I'm
girl's-
okay with it at every place except for, oddly enough, a pizzeria. I don't like it at a pizzeria.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, but
I saw it at St. Augustine at a
It's
pizzeria.
shocking.
Yeah, I don't care either, but don't change your fucking baby's diaper at the table.
Oh, who does that?
A lot of
People
people.
do that?
Yeah.
What about changing a grown man's diaper?
No, also no.
Well, that's just necessity. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Because I know.
Would
it's
you
gonna be
rather me power through then? So if I'm at the pizzeria,
you gotta leave.
I have to leave now. How dare you?
If you shit your pants at the table?
Well, I have a diaper on.
Yeah, but I'm
50%
trying to
of
eat
the
my
time.
pizza and it smells like doo-doo.
I have shit in my underwear 50% of the time. I'm in it.
Oh my god.
Don't just scream 50.
50. Would you have a loose? Is it loose down there?
No, I just fart a lot.
It's probably your diet,
matter
right?
comes out.
It's all that,
a
look at that
loose.
fucking,
birdseed.
it looks like he's drinking shit right there. Oh,
But it kind of looks like it comes out.
Yeah, it's all that and
Oh my
protein,
God.
powders, and nutrients.
Recycle that shit. Jesus Christ.
It's like, how is your gut health? Is it?
Yeah, it's a little iffy.
Yellow effing. Yeah, I've been having some problems. My
But all
hands
you
are
eat
back
is
hard.
birdseed, right?
I got to stop.
Oh,
Mountain
that
Dew.
you guys say that all the time. Birdseed.
I gotta
What is
stop.
your diet?
It's called the Petro diet.
He won't tell us because you have to pay for it.
I sent you guys my diet.
got it.
for
I
free.
got
It's almond flour. It's all almond flour, and I can't do
It
almond
is all
flour.
that almond flour.
Almond flour.
Or
I
almond.
can't do it. I tried it one time. I was like, this is nothing fried about this.
It's good. It's just very. It's
Dry. It's all dry.
very
Mommy bones.
good, lean, like grass-fed meats, wild fish, if I can.
Okay.
Wild fish, crazy.
wild
Veggies,
fish.
just a bunch of
no farm
veggies?
shit. Tons of good veggies.
No milks.
What about fruits?
I eat fruit, but not a lot of fruit.
'Cause
Very
sugar,
minimum,
right?
Yeah, minimum fruit, but lots of veggies, lots of lean, grass-fed, wild.
The
meats.
only way I could do your diet is if every day I ate 9 pineapples with it.
no,
So there's no flavor. It's like,
no rice,
sweet.
cereals,
So
grains. I have
fucking
oats.
bland.
I eat oats sometimes, but not a lot.
You know, pineapple will eventually like start burning the inside of your mouth if
Yeah.
you eat it. Like I.
Pineapple messes with my stomach. If I eat too much pineapple, that'll mess with my
yeah,
stomach.
it messes with your stomach enzymes. You can use it for dogs. It'll change the taste of their shit. and they won't eat their poop.
I was like, why are you tasting their shit?
No. It makes their shit.
That's
taste
why I
bad.
went for that.
It makes their shit taste bad. It also makes your cum taste.
It makes cum taste good. Yeah. So I was doing it for a while.
The only fruit,
celery will do it too.
Certain medication, or is that grapefruit?
Grapefruit.
Yeah, grapefruit. My grandfather, he's like, I can't eat this. Don't die. I'm like, what?
My buddy got all fucked up. It was because he was eating grapefruit in the morning, and then he realized his medication said no grapefruit.
Yeah,
but
I think it if you're on blood thinners, it can make your blood even more thin.
Yeah.
I think Boudreaux, that guy that we were working with back in the day, that remember he got his he was doing some sort of severe dental surgery, and he ate a grapefruit, and he was on blood thinners, and then his mouth just started oozing blood. He was just like, it just wouldn't stop bleeding.
It makes the whatever medicine you take not break down and just constantly recycle in your body. Like it doesn't break it down and get out; it just stays in your system. So it builds up.
He died. He bled to death.
But the grapefruit rind makes a great bowl for things to go in.
Oh, like that lady? You fucked a grapefruit before?
No, that was my story. I've told you guys before. I pooped in it.
I forgot about the grapefruit.
And the grapefruit rind?
Yeah, and I sent it to my uncle.
Is your uncle still around?
Can we talk to him?
Yeah, actually, I just got a text from my dad this morning saying, "Hey, your Uncle Joe's moving up with me here in Tennessee for a little bit." So my dad and my uncle.
Can we send him a grapefruit?
They're crazy.
Can we send him a grapefruit?
He'll know
if we send him a grapefruit.
Did your dad brag about his son, and he's famous, and he's on the TV?
He was very happy that I won.
My son beat up Mr. T!
All right, let's take a break. When we come out, come back.
We come out.
We'll do some dump them out, and then...
I'm just trying to make people laugh.
Are we going to get to see what you promised us before we started recording today for segment 3? You said you'd do it on Twitch?
Oh, yeah. We were.
I forgot about that.
I did not.
All right. Yeah.
The name of the band is No Bro. The name of the song is Julia. I think you're going to like it. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Tom and Dan here. You know, we talked about the Eaton taco, and now we're going to talk about the Seaton taco.
No, come on.
That's your D&B or your P. What? For guys, it's the D&B. And for girls, it's the P. With up top, they got the T.
March 14th, Steak and Blowjob Day. Did you know that? I
didn't know that. You just blew the Mountain Dew spark out of my mouth. I've never understood this holiday, but dare I say that this year I shall participate.
Listen, Fair Villa is the place to go if you want to spice up your sex life in any way, you want to get more adventurous.
And he doesn't mean, look, we make a lot of jokes, and I'll be the first to tell you I take it too far, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear? But... if you do want to get stuff that's romantic, if you do want to get pajamas and lingerie and stuff that, I'm not talking about butt plugs here. I'm actually talking about like massage oils, candles, really nice gifts that are thoughtful.
Yeah. There's books and gag gifts and different things and bachelorette party
it's
stuff.
It's more than just a bunch of dongs. I mean,
bachelor party
thousands of products from all...
the clothes.
Yeah, all kinds of clothing, festival wear. If you're, maybe taking some trips, get your gear here in town before you travel.
Spring break party wear, and they've got tons of available stuff at Fair Villa.
We forget sometimes they have swimsuits. We had to have Sam yell that to us. They have swimwear. Yeah, they have all kinds of stuff, but you got to go and check it out. And here's something really kind of fun. Even if you're not in the market for, let's say, lingerie or any of that, if you just want a cool destination, maybe you want something fun, you do want a romantic night out with your wife or your husband or your partner, just go there. Together. It's really fun.
Fair Villa Megastore. There's a location inside Secrets Hideaway, location on the coast, location on iDrive.
Key West.
Lots of locations. Find them all and everything at fairvilla.com.
Trying to go with like something a little more mellow,
Yeah.
Like ease us into the weekend. I've got a new single from the Slackers that I'll be playing next week, I think. And then we've got, Christine's husband has some music. I got to put that in rotation.
Yeah.
But that's not laid back. It's gonna get you. Like what he's bringing to the table is just straight metal, like right up your ass. So I got to be careful with it. But anyway, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. So before the show, we were talking a little bit about dancing.
Why do we even bring up dancing? I don't even remember now.
I asked the question to Tom. I said, do you guys ever, like, dance? Because I was listening to something.
Oh, we were listening to Just Friends.
Yes, and I was wiggling.
Yeah, because they came out with a new album, and then we were wiggling around, and then we asked Tom if he ever wiggles on his free
Tom's
time.
getting nervous. I could kind of see it in his face.
Yeah, he does look like
thinking
he's
about it.
all the color drained out of his face. He's pale now.
He's basically said he only dances when he's forced to.
Well, he said at
Yeah.
weddings, and then I said, and then I posed this
been a
question.
long,
I'll
long
pose this
time.
one to you, and you said yes. When is the last time, or have you ever, to Tom, I posed the question, have you ever walked out on the dance floor, not with your wife, not with a lady, but you walked out on the dance floor with the idea of like imagine the four of us at, let's say, Tangeray's,
Uh-huh.
and
I thought you were going to say Tutu Tangos.
and the music is going. Yeah, that's a little too old. I'm trying to go a little younger, right? And the music's pumping, and we got some LMFAO. I'm trying to go, time specific. And,
Shots?
Yeah, we're doing little John shots, and we're all like kind of dancing on the dance floor. Have you ever done that? I can't envision you doing that. I can't envision me and you walking to the dance floor, and then we're like, we're like doing like this.
No. I've never done it for fun.
Have you done that? You ever done that?
I've done it
You ever
for
done that?
anger and for misery.
I've done it because I was. I've done it to not be awkward, and this
To not be the only one not dancing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've-
Let me see you like if
Throw
you were
some music on for
if
it.
you were dancing,
Well, hold on,
if you were dancing in the background
I'm
of Saved
calling-
by the Bell, right? That's me dancing in the background of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, but
I'm
smile.
calling out Seth and whistling toothpicks in here.
Wow, he's not even here to defend himself.
That's not fair. That's this
Then I'll call
unprecedented.
Sam because Sam said that her husband will dance, like get out on the dance floor, and
All
I'm like,
right.
I don't see Travis dancing, and then I'm like, what kind of dancing? And then you're like, yeah, he bops around. And I'm like, well, I can dad bop up and down dance, but nothing really else. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do the one. You want me to show you?
Yes, we do.
Okay, all right.
We
Okay,
do,
you ready?
in fact, want you to show us.
Now,
What? Are you gonna dance?
How about you can pick the song? How about he picks the songs? That way he doesn't feel too uncomfortable.
hold on. Let me.
Jesus.
What is this?
69 Boy. Is this the remix to the train?
Train.
Engine 69, headed down the party line. And if that train go off the track, then you know that body shows up right. So don't miss that train, baby. So don't miss that train. 69, do it one more time. Come on, rock that thing, baby. All the boys
You're not dancing, Tom.
Push
We were
pause.
all
for a second.
dancing, and you're just standing like an idiot.
I have to get up for this. But if this was okay, this is all I got for like if someone dragged me on to let's set the scene and say this is Seth's wedding, right? Okay,
Fuck you.
Like Seth finally gets Tracy pregnant. Then,
That's why. Okay.
We're gonna get married now.
Trapped her. Okay.
Yeah. Then they have to get married.
Yeah, well, we had to do it now. I don't want a bastard.
But he's doing a weirdo VR wedding, so we all have to wear the goggles. We're all in some sort
That'd be
of.
fucking
It's like
cool.
it's a themed
That'd
wedding.
be so fucking cool. and everything
Right?
like
Talk
that.
to her about it. We'll sponsor it.
Okay.
Well, I imagine he cheaps out and he does the wedding in his backyard, like poor people's.
Listen, I didn't invest $100,000 in my backyard to not have a wedding there.
Oh, you are going to do a backyard wedding?
Oh, not a backyard wedding. Oh God.
It's a nice day for a backyard wedding.
My turtles can be in it.
Oh, the best man?
I totally forgot about a
When's
story.
Gringo's getting here?
No, the best
I totally
man.
forgot. I had it. I got it. I don't. It's too long of a story.
Daichi's
a little
his
turtle
best
died.
man,
I got a
of
turtle
course.
that died.
He died?
A little baby. I tried to save it from a girl that posted on Facebook. I'm like, I'll keep him. I'll try to keep him alive.
Oh.
Next morning, head bit off.
Oh my God!
That was the saddest thing ever. I felt sorry.
What do you mean? You tried to save it from a girl?
A girl posted on Facebook. She's like, I found this baby turtle. He's in the middle of the street. He looks like he's injured. I don't know what to do. And the picture, when she took a picture, the fucking turtle looks big. Okay, it looks like a normal sized turtle. I'm like, okay, I have a turtle pond. I can help out. I can.
I
probably
have
know
a turtle
somebody.
pod. I can help out. I'm always on the turtle forum.
So she took him to the vet.
I'm on turtle Reddit all day long.
Took him to the vet. The vet said, "Yeah, he's fine. He just looks like he got."
He's a great turtle. I mean, I don't know what breed he is, but
It
he's
was
got
a red ear slide. Looks like he got picked up by some sort of attack, a bird of prey, and almost
I thought
attacked.
you were like a claw machine.
No.
By the way, I'm on to your bullshit, veterinarians. You don't know shit about
I
turtles.
agree.
You don't know nothing. You
They
know
just
about
take the
dogs
money.
and cats and maybe birds, but they bring you turtles and snakes. You got nothing.
know
You
shit.
bullshit.
Yeah.
You're
You take our
bullshitting.
money.
You're looking at Google. You're like, what kind of shit is this? You're like, it looks fine to me.
I felt bad. So she,
That's a real turtle. All right.
There's
she
no
came
way
with the
they know.
turtle. It
That's
was
grade A.
no bigger than the size of a quarter. It was just hatched.
Oh my god!
Just hatched turtle. I'm like, I told
Flush
him
it down the toilet.
I'm like, look, I don't know if my turtles how they act around them. We can try. So we sat there, we placed the turtle on the island, and we watched
That's
the other turtles.
Slowest introduction ever. It's like we're gonna put them in there and see how they react. It's only gonna take 14 days.
Yeah. So they were fine with them at first. I was like, I'll keep checking about them every hour. So I did
You
every
need a
hour.
baby gate. You needed a baby
Yeah.
gate for the little turtle, and then keep the big turtles out.
Everything was fine for the first 4 or 5 hours. Went to sleep. Next morning,
They bit his head off, huh?
head's gone.
They ate them.
They ate 'em.
Yeah.
Did you just leave the shell there, or what'd you do? Did you pick
I
it
told
up?
Daichi to take care of it.
Hey, the baby turtle got fucked up. Just go take care of it. All right, I'm going to the dojo.
Did you tell the girl?
Yeah, I told him to the messenger.
Oh my god!
Why even tell her?
I was going. I was.
Clean up the mess and
I
email
was-
the lady that the turtle was dying.
It was my day of off-roading. It
Are
was my.
you Ramsey bolted?
You're his landlord. You're not a fucking boss.
I know, but I was gone. Okay, so I left that morning to go off-roading in Ocala.
I don't have time to handle this baby turtle thing. I gotta scratch my fucking truck up.
And then he called me and he's like, "Hey, I just checked on the turtle," and he sent me a picture, and it looks like
a picture.
looked like Amber Bolin. So
How did we get to this? We were trying
I know. I'm sorry. That's why I said I didn't want to tell the story.
I had 69 boys on 30 seconds ago.
What happened?
I said I didn't want to tell the story.
All right, so this is all I know how to do, and okay, I'm setting the scene. All right,
I don't know if I can do this after that story.
we're at Seth's wedding. The
God.
turtle pond's there, and he got an arch, a lattice work to get married, and
God.
he rented some seats.
But it's got blood splatter all over
yeah,
it.
and this is how we know you're cheap. You rented the seats for the actual wedding part, then they have to pick up the seats and put them on the tables for the reception.
All right, grab your own seat.
Like you didn't want to rent two sets of
Musical
seats.
chairs. Hey, play music. I'll walk them over. We'll make a bit out of it.
Anyway, so then after the reception, there's a little dance area, and then you get a DJ,
Oh.
and then
Somebody I know is cheap.
He'll be Daichi.
It's
He'll be
basic-
there. Yeah,
No,
it'll-
Daichi.
it'll DJ Dead Turtle.
He'll be high as hell.
it's one of your wrestling buddies. He's just playing music on Spotify.
It's all uber aggressive, like MMA music too.
Then this is what inevitably happens. I'm just standing there, shit faced, minding my because it's an open bar. At least he got
Right.
he can't do that because he knows I'll yell. At
All
them.
the bros need a drink.
Yeah. So where I'm standing there with all the bros, I'm shit faced. I'm just drinking, right? And then next thing you know, my wife, and then the bride, and then Andrea, and then Sam's there. They all come over to me. They're like, "Let's get Tom on the floor, dance floor."
Let's get him.
Drag you. Yeah.
And then I do the thing where I'm like, no.
No.
And then you're literally pulling my one arm as I have a drink in the other hand, and then and then you pull me out to the middle.
You're spilling my Long Island.
It's a beverage, man.
And then all the girls start dancing around me.
Oh, this is his fantasy.
No,
What is this?
It's bowling.
I like how he was like,
It's
Sam
bowling.
and my wife and Andrea and
Yeah.
every girl of value will come and want to pull me on the dance floor.
No, they're not doing
I'm with you, Sam.
No, they're not doing it. They're bullying me. It's a girl bullying. But
you have a boner.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to
Bully
be out there.
boner.
But here's what I
It's a
want.
dance cuckold.
Yeah, dance cuckold.
There's two things you could do there, and I've seen this move with other guys because I've seen this happen to other people.
You need to storm out, get in your car, and drive away.
There are the guys.
Just shit your pants.
The girls drag him out there and start dancing, and the guy's like, no, and then he walks back over, and then they're like, oh, screw it, and then you look like a loser, and it's awkward,
and you don't want to look like a loser.
well, because then
You got to look like Michael J. Fox. Pick up that guitar.
I want to make them happy
Yeah.
that
You're
I'm
people pleaser like Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm participating,
You're a pussycat.
and I don't want to be the guy that's too afraid to dance and then
Well,
walk around.
let's see it. Let's see the move.
Take you to the Hotel Martinet in Brooklyn,
All right.
where Bobby Millett and his orchestra are offering a program of dance music.
Yeah, 1994. 69 boys backed up by the quad city DJ.
I gotta say, it's not as bad as I thought. There's some rhythm there. There's some rhythm. Yeah.
All right.
Looks like you're warming up to fight. It literally looks like he's bouncing to fight.
That's my dad dance.
You know what?
Bounce
Not
a little,
as bad.
I
Not
bounce
as I thought.
and move my arms. I've learned over the years to
knock off the sound tile.
Yeah,
behind
you're
you.
breaking the sound tile.
Look at all that bass coming out of Tom.
That's
He's
what I said.
knocking the fucking
My
bass
God.
off the wall.
You, what are you doing? No, you. Oh my God!
I got it.
No, it's crooked still. Totally crooked.
Yeah, I'll fix it
God.
right here.
Everything
Anyway.
sounds weird now.
What?
Especially with the sound tile.
You have to master at least a dad bounce with some arm movement, and that's all I got.
Now Snoop used to do like the nod. He just kind of
And the
nod.
lean back, yeah.
And
That's all you
somebody
need.
else, but yeah.
What do you do? Do you dance?
Yeah, well, I do kind of what he does, but less boxy. I do what I would do is the more douche bro fist pump.
Oh, you're fit. Oh, you're the Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, be careful with that now, because that's like old man.
What is it?
Yeah,
They've retired
That's like
the fist
raising the roof.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'll do the
Andrea
one
does
thing. I'll
raise
do the
the
one
roof.
finger thing, like it's a like.
Andrea does a lot of raise the roof, and I'm like,
Does she?
oh
Yeah.
gosh, I'm like, there she goes, old apple bottom jeans at it again.
Girls don't get as embarrassed
No.
dancing as guys do. Why
Because
is
usually
that?
they all can dance. I don't know how
They all
every
get
single
together,
one of them can dance.
and they all get together. They're
They
like,
support
"Ah,
each
you're
other."
squealing and dancing.
Well, I do that with my friends too. They used to.
I imagine, like, I fantasize about practicing an unbelievable dance.
Fuck yes, Napoleon Dynamite it. Yes.
I have so wanted you to see. These are the things that people need to know, because they think you don't have fun in there.
It's not fun.
What they don't understand is it's in there, but it's so twisted and fucked up fun. Like this is like
it wouldn't be for fun. It would be for
I'll
shock.
shut these motherfuckers up.
It would be for shock value, and because, like, in my mind, I'll
You
be
always say give you 2 weeks and you can learn anything. Let's send you to a dance class for 2 weeks.
the problem
What kind of
is
dance, like tango or something.
I want to do hip hop dance.
There is a fluidity with really good dancing. For instance, like
You're too stiff. Man.
Yeah, but they might be able to teach you.
No, you're too stiff. You need to start stretching.
That was a
now.
lot less stiff than I thought it was
It
going
was
to be.
pretty good. It was fluid.
Yeah.
Remember when
Kind of horny the way your titties are bouncing.
Remember
your
when
boobs are
Burt Kreischer did that viral video of him doing this whole dance routine, and it went viral, right? He said he practiced for weeks doing that routine, and he still was a stiff fat dad. And that's
You're
what,
not as big as Burt Kreischer.
No, he's a heavy boy.
No, not as big, but I would be as stiff and not as fluid. So whatever they're teaching me, it wouldn't look like the professional dancer. Like when you see someone like, for instance, David Nickel, right?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, well, he moves.
He can.
He glides.
Like if they got a circle around him and they pulled him on, he will do like a routine.
Yeah, because he's
an
not-
unbelievable routine.
You and I can only move our appendages from our bodies. Not our center. The inside of the center of our body is just a square Roblox brick.
Yeah.
We're like Minecraft people.
Yeah,
Our arms move around, but they don't. Our body doesn't really.
Yeah, there's no waviness.
No, there's no waviness.
I remember being a kid at a wedding, like 11, 12 years old,
Sure.
and everyone's on the dance floor. So the kids I'm on the dance floor, kind of dance around. Everyone was taking their turn, going in the middle, doing something stupid. I went in the middle and did a karate kata. I remember doing that. And everyone's like,
That's worse than that.
yeah. But that was the only thing I knew to do. I just went in there. I was like,
Yeah, I used to.
That's a nerd.
Little
Yeah, it
kids
was
would
very
do that
good.
at church. One of the things that I grew up in the church, one of the things we'd have the fellowship hall, and you'd have a stage in different areas, right?
Yeah.
And people would do stuff and get up on the stage, and we'd get up there and sing, and we're doing stuff, and there'd always be that one karate kid. It's like all he could fucking do is karate. He didn't want to be left out, so he'd run up there and start doing a kata. And I'm like, oh god, here we go, fucking Snake Eyes up here kicking it.
that kid's probably a badass now.
There he goes. Look at a
he's
storm
not.
shadow
He's
over there
not.
doing his kata.
Yeah, he's not. I'll bet a lot of him. There's no way.
Yeah. Reference to the song.
Yep.
Anyway, there's no way I could actually put together a routine.
Where's the confident Tom we all know?
I think you could.
I think you could
I
do
think
it.
you could do
I
it.
put in the same category as drawing.
You'd be like Jerry Springer on
You did a
Dancing with the
great
Stars.
painting.
No, it was abstract, and that was making fun of abstract painting. It was just nonsense.
So, do you want to learn
No, I don't have to. It would take an unbelievable amount
Maybe
of time.
that's something you and Tommy can bond together
There's
with.
a dance studio attached to my karate studio. That's right next. There's 2 doors down.
I know Maisie's dances just from watching her practice them. I know all of them.
Maybe Maisie can teach Tom.
No, I do know. I know I don't know how to do all the moves, but I know because I watch her and I have to tell her what she's doing wrong. I do know.
Okay.
Because like there's one like Marge, and then there's one where she comes up and she always misses this part, and she does. I don't know if I can have enough room here, but she's just like Marge, and she's like humping and bumping,
air
and
humping.
Yeah, she's like air humping.
I have thought about like the move where it's like you're pulling in. Like you just did, right?
A shopping cart?
Yeah.
Like there, I feel.
Yeah, what is that?
That's the bench press.
It's kind of like going up to a piano and then just learning the.
Yeah.
Like, you need to know something so that at least you could play
But I thought
something.
what you did was fine.
That was just.
I don't think you need more than that. I think if you go more than that, that's too try hard.
But my question is to everybody: what's fun about what I just did? Like, are they having fun?
It was all
I'm not having
asking
fun.
why dancing is fun.
God damn it.
But I'm saying, why?
I'll ask Maisie.
Why are you forcing me to do it? That's all. I've said this before, but why?
Everyone doesn't want to feel stupid themselves. They want to be stupid together.
Well, people look around, and if they see you not in the spirit,
They think
kinda,
you're not having fun,
Yeah, they
yeah.
kind of want to be the spark to get you in. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
But don't they know that the reason I'm not doing it because I don't have fun dancing? Hence, I'm standing there getting shit-faced, and that's what I want to do. It's not because I never thought that I could do it, or that I couldn't wander out there, or didn't have the support. Is I don't want to.
It's because there's so few things that people see on your face that read as fun, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if you looked like you were having fun when you're getting shit-faced, maybe we'd leave you alone.
Yeah, smile.
But you don't smile when you're getting shit-faced. So you need I fixed it. That's it. You just need to smile like what you're doing right now. If you had that face
With a beer in your hand.
with a beer in your hand, people would leave you alone. But you don't. You sit there mad like everybody cares. I'm going to get shit-faced.
Is it because they think they're trying to cheer me up?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I do it to you. I'll do it to you. How often do I? Because I'm crazy. I'll sit in there and you're sitting there crunching the SunTrust numbers. You fucking truest is fucking our ass. And I'll go, hey buddy, everything cool? You okay with me? And you'll be like, oh, it's fine. It's just I don't. My face is mad.
So you're just picking up on the like you're having some sort of emotional radar. Like, hey, this guy needs to have a better day.
This guy needs to chirp. He needs to chirp me up.
Yeah.
He needs a little chirp me up.
But what's weird is, has it ever worked where they pulled someone on the
worked.
stage and then they're like, thanks for doing that. You changed my life. It's never happened, right?
No, not one time.
It's never happened.
No.
They either do an awkward dad dance or do the more awkward thing, which is storm back off to their corner and drink.
Everybody else is happier because you look like an idiot. And then maybe
I'll do you one
Well,
better.
then it's a form of bullying.
It
That's
is.
what
I'll do you
and
one
that's what
bigger.
I thought it was.
Every house that was on Extreme Home Makeover, those people are destitute again. Every single one.
Yeah.
Everything's fake.
I drive
Nothing
by
ever works.
the Altamont one, and I see it, and then it's like some vines on the palm trees, and I'm like, oh, it's a mess.
And Bar Rescue, too. Those. And what's the other? There's one more. There's the other one I like.
Then a hotel rescue?
Yeah, and Hotel Rescue. I like Hotel Hell.
Oh, yeah.
Hotel Hell.
We've only got a couple
Yeah.
dump them out things.
We
So
got turkey necks.
Oh, okay. So I walked out. I write this down. I walked out of Publix the other day, and I wrote it down to see if you guys have ever had this. But I walked out with my sandwich and I deliberately didn't tell you guys. I was walking through the parking lot. I looked down into my bag, and it's heavy. And there are frozen turkey necks in my fucking Publix bag. Like a big thing of turkey necks. By the way, I've never seen turkey necks at Publix. I know of turkey necks.
you have to special request them or something?
I no idea, but they were in my bag, and so I brought them back, and I'm like, hey, these are turkey necks. And I made a joke. I was chirping to them a little bit, and they're like, turkey necks? All the kids were like, because they're all young, they're like, fucking turkey? You can eat that? They were like blown away.
No idea. But
And then to not feel like dumb old man, I go, yeah, I don't eat that. I go, it's not mine. It was the person in front of me. I said, was it an older person? They're like, yeah, it was. I go, yeah, man. Really older people, I was really laying that on thick, like grandmas love turkey necks. And it just got me thinking twofold. Number one, have you ever walked out with something in your bag? Did you bring it home? What was it? And where are we at with turkey necks now? I think we can eliminate eating those, right? I think we can.
People love them.
Well, you have to do
I'm
something.
not into
You can't
it.
let it go to waste.
how do you eat them? Like
With your mouth?
Well, I'm just saying, do you fry
Yeah,
them or you put them
can-
in a stew? What do you
I
do?
think you can do both.
I couldn't tell you.
Twist them.
You bake them? Like, what's
I think you either fry or stew
A
them.
fried turkey neck sounds pretty solid.
Yeah.
So it's like you put it in a pan and fry both sides flat, right?
I don't know what it looks like.
It's round. There's not sides to it.
Well, it's not like that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
But
what
it collapses.
All it looked like in the package was chicken wings without bones. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
It looked yuck. It looked like a kind of like a. Everything looks like a dick. Like when you get to some point, right? Like a turkey neck might as well be a dick.
Like hanging skin,
or like a. It looks like an appendage.
Yeah.
And it's like that could be a neck. It could be anything.
It seems gross, but again, like Sam said, people love like turkey
neck soup, turkey neck gravy.
Yeah, turkey neck gravy's the one in the
turkey neck in a
chat room.
smoked cooker.
Okay, smoked turkey neck sounds pretty solid.
Braised turkey neck.
You could smoke it
like a corn on the cob, like
no,
it's long, right?
I want to chop it or shred it, right?
This actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's just probably like
maybe I was wrong. Should have kept the damn turkey neck.
Well, it's kinda like
why'd you bring it back anyway? That's just weird. They're probably not gonna. You can't. It was out of the store.
Yeah, I don't think they can take it back. I think they punt it once it leaves the doors. You're right.
Punt this turkey neck.
Do they punt it or they?
I think
give
they
it away,
punt it because I could have like rubbed my
Jerked
cock
off
all
it.
over.
That's what I'm saying.
It's still wrapped
This
up,
guy
right?
definitely stuck
People
to
are
some-
Pour some
insane.
water
Yeah,
on
but they don't know. They don't know.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you guys this question. Our generation, me and Daniel, we have kids. Is this the first generation that our kids can watch cartoons that we watched as kids and both enjoy them? Because I started thinking about this when I'm watching a lot of Simpsons with my sons, and I love it. And I said we sit down, we watch The Simpsons together, and
cool.
they love it, and I love it because I love that they love it, and we both are entertained by it. Chief Wiggum made a joke about Marge's black eye, and then he's like, "Oh, you got an Irish kiss." And I'm like, "Oh, it's racist."
The old Irish kiss you got there.
It's
A nice Irish kiss you got there, Marge.
And so anyway, it's and I'm like, I want, because I wasn't watching the cartoons of my parents.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, because we had old VHSs with like the classic cartoons on them and stuff.
What were you watching? Because then I started thinking, like, what did my parents watch? Fucking Lone Ranger or some shit? Garbage.
I don't believe my dad. I don't believe my dad watched many cartoons, and any of the ones that were on, like he knew all of them. But a lot of the
kids shows in the 70s and 60s were like uninteresting garbage to us, right? Like we weren't
For the
watching
most part, yeah.
1960s and 70s kids shows.
No, I
like
see what you mean. Like they do hold up. Cartoons, we're kind of used to saying things don't hold up, but cartoons that have been made from like 90s, 2000s, 2010s,
yeah.
They're not bad. They still have their place. I've watched some shit that
because the writing got better and it still holds up.
Yeah.
Like the Simpsons still hold up to my sons. They still find it funny, and then we both watch it together. There was nothing that we had as kids that we would watch
you
as our
had
parents.
more than me and Sam did, I think, because we had basic cable.
I didn't even have cable.
And before we had basic cable, I remember watching like Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's old, right?
That's old.
No,
Yeah, that's
I remember
old.
watching Fractured Fairy Tales.
Did
which
you
was
like
part
it?
Of, no, I didn't like it.
Like I remember
So
seeing.
your theory is sort of right because I remember watching it, but if I could have watched like Gargoyles or fucking G.I. Joe, I'd have been
Dude,
all
I
over
watched
it.
cartoons from like the 50s, like Little Lulu and shit. And Casper, yeah.
What is that?
I've
Little
never.
girl with the black curls and the bow.
Yeah, that's old school
I
stuff.
don't even know who that is.
But it was a case of that was all that you had,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
But I also watched, Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and all that.
yeah, but you're
And the Jetsons and the Flintstones, which was like my parents' stuff.
I guess the Jetsons and Flintstones
that's
are
old.
okay. I didn't think about
Scooby-Doo.
Okay,
That was at the tail end of my child. Like that was at the end. Yeah, I guess it would be like in the middle of my parents.
The ones that my dad mentioned, though, that he knew of, like Wacky Racers, the Rocky and Bullwinkle stuff, Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff was
Yeah,
a little
definitely
bit
that was
older.
50s. Okay,
Or like late 50s, early 60s. Tom and Jerry, some of those were, yeah, of course. Tom and Jerry's are like 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
They were just really, like, what was
So
it,
was
Chuck
it-
Jones, I think that was?
Bugs Bunny,
Bugs
all
Bunny,
that.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
All Mickey Mouse stuff.
But,
We all watched that.
But
Yeah,
to
all the
go
Mickey
with what
Mouse.
you're saying...
it was more garbage than the stuff that was produced when in the like early 90s
Yes.
that we watched. Now that my sons can enjoy.
Yeah, like Batman the animated series from like 20 years ago is still fucking awesome.
Yeah,
But like the cartoon Batman? It was good though, man. Like Batman. Remember Batman Beyond? That was a good ass cartoon, man.
Because my sons can watch anything they want. Everything's on demand, and every cartoon's available. And they choose The Simpsons.
May watches an
probably
old
because of the what they talk about is a more adult.
And they get to call their dad a homo.
May watches old cartoons too. She is stuck on. She's back at.
You know what Tommy did?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Pink Panther for a while. We
Yeah,
talked
that's
about
right.
that.
He's a classic boy.
What about
Smoke a
like
cigar.
He-Man? Because there's a new He-Man out. You can watch the old He-Mans and then watch the new He-Mans.
Somebody
Masters of the Universe. Not
Somebody
cool.
watched New He-Man and said it sucked.
Oh no, it does. There, a lot of people do, but I think it was freaking awesome. I loved it.
You enjoyed it?
Oh yeah. I thought
Did
it was
they
really
modernize it at all?
good. Yeah, no, yeah, they did for sure.
But like modernize it in a way, like for instance,
Like He-Man dances like a dad.
we were watching the new what is it called, Animaniacs, right? And like where we talked to what's his
Rob
name,
Paulson.
Rob Paulson, and they modernized it to the point, and then they did it with Mickey Mouse too. There's a modern Mickey Mouse that has more
modern Mickey.
They did that to the Ninja Turtles. I hate the new Ninja Turtles. They modernized that.
I think they're bringing back old Ninja Turtles.
I hope so.
Yeah, somebody's bringing it back. But yeah, they're
The new Animaniacs isn't that different than the original, though.
It isn't, but
a little
they
smoother.
And the jokes are modern. That's what I mean. Like they make current pop
current
culture
jokes.
jokes that hit more than
Which is what they did back then. I mean, now if you go back and watch the old ones, of course, it's not as up to date,
Yeah.
but you can remember when it was.
Yeah. I was just thinking
They're doing the same format. They just fast forwarded like 20 years.
I forgot about Flintstones and Jetsons and how old they were, and like the fucking Fred Flintstone smoking a cigarette in Winston.
But it is kind of sad that a lot of kids, because they're
Foghorn Leghorn.
well, because they're so old, and not necessarily old, but there's some stuff in there that I wouldn't necessarily deem problematic, but over the years has been deemed problematic that they've just erased. So Flintstones, a lot of stuff's already gone. You know, like you probably won't see it. It's already out of rotation. And there's a lot, and it's a lot easier to make shows. So a lot of newer shows are coming out. Like, you know, the one that makes me laugh that is a huge hit, and I was watching with my daughter this morning, and they're doing a St. Patrick's Day special, is Puppy Dog Pals. Comedian Harlan Williams show on Disney Plus, or Disney Junior, called Puppy Dog Pals.
Yeah.
And he's doing a whole St. Patrick's Day, and it's brand new, like 2022, and it's like the origin of St. Patrick's Day.
You mean Pound Puppies?
It's called
a
Puppy
new
Dog
one,
Pals. But it's comedian Harlan Williams. You'd never think of him having like a kid show, and he not only has he had one, but it's going to be coming up on like 10 years.
It's been
now.
a while.
Okay, let me ask you this: why? Crystal told me the other day they're playing the Encanto soundtrack on the radio now, like on.
It's the number one song in the nation is Bruno.
Yeah, they're playing that on.
It has
like,
been for like 14
XL
weeks.
or something, you know. And I was like, why? Like it's a good soundtrack, but it's never happened. I've never seen
Frozen.
this so popular. And Frozen happened. Okay.
And Moana.
Maybe I just wasn't aware.
But this one,
because my sons weren't into it.
This one's kind of dominating more in the fact that I think there's like.
This is more popular than Moana for sure.
It's more popular than all
and
of them.
Frozen too.
They've proven it, right? Like it broke the record.
Yeah, it
so
surpassed the record.
Because I think it's more than one song. You know, like Moana had like one really awesome song, and then a bunch of decent ones, and then Frozen had one really awesome song, and then decent ones, and this one has like five awesome
Think about
songs.
when Moana came out and You're Welcome. Like everybody was singing that shit.
Yeah,
you know what
that
I mean?
one.
Like I think you just forget.
And the David
because the
Bowie
new one comes in.
The David Bowie inspired one, Shiny. Like
Yeah,
that
so
one.
Shiny.
Yeah, he's basically just ripping off David Bowie as a big fat crab.
It just seems, and maybe it's just perception, and my sons are more into it than they were Moana because they were so young, but it seems like the Encanto shit is bananas.
May likes Encanto, but I'm really glad that she likes regular music more. I like dodged a bullet. I'm like,
It's a Disney movie.
It's just I can't handle it anymore.
Cartoon Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't handle the songs anymore. And you sort
Max
of
asked to play the damn soundtrack all the time.
You sort of play into it because you told me once you've heard, like, now you can smell out Lin-Manuel's songs because they're like formula.
Same kind of style.
Yeah, it's like now when I hear it, it's just I just think of him, and I can see his voice doing every song, and it's kind of ruining it for me.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Well, there is an equation that he seems to be falling
He's a
into.
genius. He's a genius.
He is, but it's like you could tell. It's like
He knows exactly what he's doing.
The rapping part and then the singing part.
Yeah, someone made a good point. Lion King had a shit ton of songs on the radio.
Yeah.
Because it was Elton John.
Yeah. But that was back in the day.
Pretty good album.
And Phil Collins for Tarzan. That had a ton of songs on the radio, too.
Yeah.
That was back in the day, I think, when
mid-90s.
They asked Elton John, like, it wasn't 100% about Lion King. It was just like...
No, he wrote that entire soundtrack for that movie.
I know, but he wasn't describing what's going on, like, in Encanto. Encanto was like literally the characters and the things. Like,
it's the dialogue, too.
Yeah, he's just singing the circle of life. Like, that can,
hey, now, Hakuna Matata was a conversation.
Okay, but yeah.
Fuck it.
But you can put the circle of life in a lot of movies, and it would kind of fit, right? Like, because I feel like back then, like Elton John was like, "I'm not writing some baby shit. I'll do a real song about the circle of life, and you could use it in the movie." Even though like they wanted him to write the soundtrack, it was just more of an adult. Like Circle of Life, I feel like is not a as much of a cartoony song.
No. It can stand alone.
Bruno.
Like the Family Madrigal or whatever the song. That song can only work in that. Like
movie.
Bruno can only work in that movie, like because you're going to be like, well, who the hell is Bruno? Where Circle of Life is
the Family
generic
Madrigal,
enough.
they tell you every character, so that could be its own.
It
song.
is, but it's so hyper specific that you have. There's no way for you to use it to and use it towards your own life.
It tells the entire story of the movie in the very beginning.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't put that in another movie.
No, of course not. But it could be a standalone song.
It is, but you can't compare it to your own experiences. Like all you're going to do is look at that song and be like, "Yeah, it told a story, and my family's boring." Whereas Circle of Life, you can take concepts out of it and apply it to things that are happening within experiences you're having, right?
Very
it's
open.
Broad. Yeah.
And we'll end with this. Because of my mumble mouth, I cannot say the lead
Homer.
character, the chick with the glasses that's like that saves the family. I can't say her full name.
I don't even know her full name. I've only seen it once.
Her name is Maribel.
Maribel.
Madrigal.
Maribel Madrigal?
Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Maribel Madrigal.
Don't look at me. I'm a Maribel Madrigal.
I turn into Rocky.
Hey, you guys.
Where is your karate tournament this weekend?
It's in Wesley Chapel, Florida, almost by Tampa.
You slapping dads at this one?
No, this is the one I don't want that was a lot of stress competing and coaching all
and then
12,
you got
13
no fight.
students. So I'm just going to just coach this time.
Okay, good.
I'm retired.
Nice. You retired again.
I retired.
Again.
Unless baby slice.
Unless baby slice.
Okay.
But yeah, that's this weekend I got I think I got 12. 5 kids and 6 or 7 adults.
Nice. Congratulations.
So,
how can people join your gym?
They can join it by going to karateoforlando.com, sending me a message, or going to my Instagram, Karate of Orlando, shoot me a message. I just signed up. Oh, I told you guys the other day I signed up 18 kids at a school, which is really cool.
Nice.
We got that going. So we got close to 50 kids now in there.
That's fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cool.
Well done.
You know what there's money in if you set up corporate retreats like a Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah.
But you
what?
Yeah, Ninja Weekend.
There's money in corporations. They send their sales team or their sales
Can
force.
we go to Dan Cummins' summer camp for
I want to.
our company?
I want to go.
Yeah. I thought, man, that's going to be hard to organize and pull off because I was telling Daniel, I was like, man, it's a great idea.
It's a beautiful idea.
But it's
a lot of moving parts.
It gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
We use the cruises because all that shit is built in the cruise. So they have all this. He's gonna have to build in all the activities. That's hard as hell.
Or buy it. Build it or buy it.
Maybe he's just not as lazy as we are.
Yeah. It could be that.
He has a bigger,
listership, more money.
More money, more employees.
Bigger arms.
Bigger arms.
Larger arms.
I am giving up a lot of money not doing a spring camp and a summer camp. They always want me to do spring camps.
Why are you so lazy, bro?
Dude, that's just so much. I'm literally going to be babysitting all day. That's a lot.
Yeah, but basically it's just babysitting.
Because you want kids, right?
Yeah. I don't want 50 of them.
Yeah, but then you huddle them up in some sort of gym or warehouse, and then you lock the doors so they can't get out, and then you throw a couple balls. I dropped my sons off.
I can do what my sensei did.
You just put on Encanto.
I put on
pizzas.
Put on samurai movies where they're literally gutting each other and killing each other.
Yeah.
That's what I watched when I was a little kid.
I took Tommy and Max to a sports camp. I put air quotes up, and then Chris was like, I signed up Tommy and Max for sports camp. I'm like, great. They need some grit. They need to start doing shit. They're too lazy.
Sports camp.
And this is last summer or 2 summers ago. So the Haida crew. And so we go there, And
This is Bitcoin Randy's sports camp, motherfucker.
and then there's some adults, whatever, and then just like a gym that they rented out. It was in the summer. They rented out like a school gym.
They rented out of that old burned out sushi restaurant, Izzyban, up here on the lake.
Oh, you know, I tried to get that.
And then the first day, I was like, let me see what's going on in this so-called sports camp. And then
So you had a ninja outfit, you're peering through the window.
I walked them up, and then when we opened the door, it was fucking
Chaos.
a bunch of kids throwing. There's balls and jump around like ah! And then there's
You can't be around other kids like this. They're animals.
there was just a bunch of other like I say adults, but they
The
were
camp counselors
borderline
are having
adults.
sex in the corner,
Like teenagers.
smoking
They,
weed.
they were just guarding the door so they couldn't get out.
So they couldn't get out. Like,
And then I'm like, this is not fucking
Prison guards.
What's not sports camp? They're not teaching them any goddamn sports.
Squid Game sports.
It's just that they threw a bunch of balls in a goddamn warehouse and they blocked the door. So and then it come back 6 hours
Or do you
later.
want them to have grit or not?
That's true.
Why? They're not teaching them anything. They're just
Teach.
But
That's
if-
more money.
But if you
you're right.
protect them from every 6-hour warehouse encounter they have, they'll be weak forever.
I'm
I
not
can't believe you
saying-
put them in that. You wouldn't come bring them to do the grappling at the jungle or karate.
I
at
know.
Empire School.
I know.
You're such a weird dude, man.
No, well,
That's the
He doesn't like to
nicest.
support his friends.
I know.
I think you should all three sign up, and you
I'm
should
not even going to charge you much.
chop chop.
Much.
That's all
know
he's
it's
been waiting
free.
for. That's all he's been waiting for.
It's not about the
No.
money. It's about bringing my sons over there.
Oh, God
when
forbid,
is
I
it?
have
What day is
3-minute
it?
Do you have a
drive.
van? You should pick. You really karate
What
van.
day is
I
it?
can't do that.
What,
You
what
need a
day do I
karate
have to
van.
go?
They
Can I
can
go
go
Wednesday?
Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. They can
What
go
time on Wednesday?
Saturdays. He can't do Saturdays.
5 to 6.
5 to 6. Okay, and then
All right. And then 10:30 to 11:30 on Saturdays if you have.
He
Saturdays.
can't do that. No, can't do
Okay.
it.
So
Yeah,
5 to 6 Mondays and
His
Wednesdays.
kids don't even get up till 11 Saturday.
Yeah,
So
you
then-
got any late classes?
Mondays-
You got
Okay,
any
well-
nighttime action classes?
Yeah, of course.
And then
no,
how
for
many-
6 to
kids.
7, 7 to 8.
No,
you
his
teaching
kids like a
Tracy?
9:30
I
to
teach it.
10:30
It's
at
me,
night.
Tracy, and Javier every single time with all those kids.
Can I
And
request
we got it
Tracy
good.
as my teacher?
then I got to buy him a gi and some
The
belts.
gi's included with the initial down payment.
But is it a
Down
good
payment.
gi? Is it a good one or is
No,
it,
yeah, no,
is
no,
it
I
like
got a good
Used.
paper gi?
No, I actually do give good middleweight gis. There's lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. I give middleweight gis as starter gis. And they're good. They're
Middleweight
quality.
gi.
So
They're
if they,
quality gis.
but if they start, all the other kids, they know the shit already. They're going to come in.
What do
they
you
don't
mean?
know
There's
nothing.
always kids starting. There's like 3 or 4 kids that just started last week.
But
right
they're
now, there's
bullied.
always new kids.
They start the class by bullying the new kids. All right, we got some new students.
Got
Get
some new
up here.
pussycats here.
Yeah, I got some new pussycats. You start slapping their balls. Bend over, pull your pants down, slap their balls. Red.
I'll talk to you after the show. 'Cause
Tracy's
Monday, Wednesday.
Tracy's the one that's like on him too. She's
Oh, really?
like, get Masubi. You were told to look straight ahead.
I'll tell you right now, if Tracy told me to get in Masugi, I'll do anything. I
Is
get
it-
Masugi, Madoogie, Lagoogie.
Is there-
all of it. All the doogies.
Is there some like folding chairs in a parent watch area?
There is. I do not like them to stay, but there are
Are
chairs.
you going to
folding
stand there and
chairs.
look in the window and then whenever... and they're like, give it like, I'm like, oh, punch! You need to punch it harder.
I don't like it because it distracts them. Like in school, you don't sit and watch them take class and do the school, do you? Like you leave, you
He
drop
does,
them
so
off.
you don't know what he does. You don't know what the kid does.
But you can. It's
Drop 'em
available.
off
Most of the parents do that.
How long do I have to kill? 1 hour? What do I
Like,
do?
1 hour. There's a coffee shop next door. There's
go to a bar.
It's Mills 50.
That's what most parents
Go
do.
to the dance class.
Yeah, Wally's
2
is
doors
right down the street.
Yeah.
Dance class 2 doors down.
I'll sit in
Just
my
go
truck.
over to Will's Pub.
He's going to be on his TikTok in his
What?
truck.
I'll meet you down at Will's Pub.
There you go.
We'll just get some paps and sit out on the patio and enjoy
You guys
the
can
day.
bring beer in the dojo and drink it as you watch.
Would you let us bring
Oh, my
beer?
God.
If we start driving sign-ups, would you let us be the beer dads and we just hang out?
If you put it in some brown paper bags.
Yeah, I'll put
Only
it in a traditional Japanese beer mug or something. I'll blend in.
Sam, you got semantics this weekend?
Yeah, so this evening we'll be recording with Kenny and Matt from the Two Moves podcast. Some of you have heard Kenny.
How were you
on
able
this
to
show.
nail down the moves?
Oh man, it was hard. Let me tell you.
You got both the
I got
moves?
both
it's
moves.
hard. They're a moving target.
Double moves. Yeah. And follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/semantics media. We might be on there this weekend.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll try out the Oculus.
They're always screaming and doing crazy stuff. You can't wait till
addicted
she
to that
tries
stuff.
it.
Oh, she hasn't tried it yet?
I mean, I've tried it here.
Oh, but no, like in your house alone doing stuff.
Correct.
Oh my god, this guy.
Sam, you gotta.
Yeah,
I'm
Sam
gonna
will be
try
the
it out.
one
I'm
that'll
gonna
get
try
to try it out.
I want to do it with Sam.
My wife just likes a nerd game.
Check out our BDM show.
We'll meet up in the Tom and
Oh
Dan
yeah, can you meet up in the
studio.
VR studio?
I have an idea where we all use our Oculus, everybody
Together.
here, and we all meet up in a room,
That
and then
would
we
be
do the
fucking great.
show. Why
That
do
would
you
be
just
so
spin
great.
everywhere?
Yeah,
and
just-
we meet up in a room, and you have to make your avatar, Tom, and you walk in, hey, what's up, guys? And then you do your fingers up, and it'll make confetti go, and then when you do thumbs up, it makes smiley faces go. When you're in the horizon, this is if you go like this, it goes confetti, and then if you go like this, it
I haven't
goes
gone in there yet. I need to go in there.
Horizon
It's not that
Venues,
good.
World.
Horizon World.
World, right?
Yeah,
I haven't.
Worlds is cool.
It's only like
Venues is better. You just talk to people.
Oh, okay.
Why is it only waist up with the avatar? Why are they floating like
Can you
waist
imagine
up
things
bodies?
It would be too much. I think it'd be just way too much on the screen for everybody's feet to be animated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So then
the processing power would just be. They're doing a lot with a little. I mean, it's a pretty powerful little unit for 200 and some change. You know,
Yeah.
like it does a lot. But I do like that you're not satisfied.
I just wondered. I was like, it's a weird waist up, and they put some legs on them.
Yeah, it is a little weird. It's especially weird because I don't do. You can move different ways. You can move where you aim and you just like kind of appear there, or you can move so you float. And I float, and I use my head.
Use your head to go, right?
Yeah, and I use my head to walk around, and I like try to act as if I'm living in the meta. I wave to people when I'm walking by them.
I do that
I
too.
chirp. I look at them like.
When I was
"What's up?"
meditating, I was reaching out and trying to grab like the big floating mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I walk by
Yeah.
people in videos.
I
of
wish
it.
you could touch
If they're
them.
talking, I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Anything good going on today?" Hey, what's up?
If you want to sign up to become a BDM, or if you are a BDM, we got an announcement on this Monday's BDM show that's just for BDMs for the foreseeable future.
Yes, sir.
And it's something we've always wanted to do, so check out Monday's show if you want to hear that.
Pretty damn cool.
And check out our merch page if you want any Tom and Dan merch. Guys, we'll see you next week.
I can't publish that. It's mediocre.